Okay. This is gonna be annoying. I'm trying to find something from a long time ago.
It's only available in the app. What the hell is that? That's bogus.
You know what? You know what I want to try to do actually? We gotta figure out how to scream to Twitter one of these days.
We already did
Bitter.
that. I mean, we figured that out.
Did we?
That's that's the loftiest claim ever.
I thought we even did a Twitch stream one time, but
I said Twitter X Elon.
oh, my bad. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that actually. Um,
It just occurred to me it would probably be difficult to get audience engagement on Twitter. I mean, on Twitch.
I mean, that's true of any platform. I feel as if I'm the only one that's will bump into. It'll be like uh, browsing on on platforms.
Well, I was thinking compared to when I was streaming Bayonetta, at least there was a specific thing like that could point you to Bayonetta specifically. Like if you, the amount of there's at least a couple of people that are constantly looking for Bayonetta streams versus just a random just chatting stream. I guess this would be. It's like,
They have a podcasting
oh, they have a
uh
podcast category.
yeah category.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
y'all actually watch like just chatting streams?
unless it's one of my content creators. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody I already follow for another reason. Basically.
Like I see even sometimes RC they do just chatting streams. Okay. All right. Let's hurry up and get this thing started. Ace, how's the audio sounding?
Check, 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 check. How do I sound? Do I sound okay? Am I too loud? Too low? Etc. Etc.
Sounds good. The mic actually went a bit away, but it sounds fine. And there is that ever so slight delay, but nothing too problematic. How about you, Ghost?
Test, 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 test.
Mhm.
Yep, that's fine. Although I'm a bit afraid to ask where the location of that mic. And then how about
Literally 2 inches from my face.
and then what about me? How do I
Closer than
sound?
your mic, actually.
I know, right? Can you hear the difference, or is it the same?
I think you're
Sounds
good.
fine.
Generally, in the stream, you pick up louder than me anyway. So,
I'll move it just a little close, and I feel like I kind of go in and out a bit. I don't know. You always want that clear as possible audio, but you never can get it just quite when you're doing this type of setup. Anyway, it sounds like we all sound pretty decent. So if that's the case, let's start recording so we can start. OBS got a new update recently too. It's decent. Nothing new. Okay. So
Well, I won't be able to see that.
I think it was a automatic one too. There was no option to say no. Okay, so let's start recording in 3, 2. Okay, and now let's go straight to here. Whenever you get a second, Ace, if you can look in YouTube and see if it looks all right, maybe drop a comment. But okay, we're live, we're recording. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, everyone, to the Be Warmed and Be Filled podcast. We're back. We're back, and we have not everyone, but we have most of the guys, the crew, the brothers. We had Ace.
Sup?
We got Ghost.
Yo.
And we got myself, Questlando. Guys, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
Pretty good.
All right.
And I have no
Could be
complaints.
worse.
The motto. My bad. I almost cut you off. I'm feeling not too bad myself. Actually, we were talking about just a second ago. I got so much rest today, so I'm feeling on peak. I'm feeling like how I should be feeling, and hopefully that would translate to the podcast. See the podcast. I didn't even take notes, but I know how to run this thing. I'm a professional. And as a professional, we gotta go through the intro podcast stuff. So, in the description below, if you happen to peer down in the description, I know people don't usually go into description, but in the description below, you'll be able to find our song selections of the week. If you're ever looking for new music, new artists, new genres that you maybe haven't really tapped into yet, you can look in our description below and find a Spotify playlist. We have a whole playlist of new music that we recently stumbled upon, and we think it'd be worth recommending to you. And after the podcast, once we do editing, you also be able to find just a list of all the songs if you just want to see the artists and respective songs that we recommended for the week. Also, you can find timestamps after the podcast if you just want to, go around, look for specific topics that we might have got into. We provide timestamps. And if you're just looking for shorter form content, we also upload pretty much all of the respective topics that we find. Just go on our channel, go on the videos tab, and you'll find pretty much all the topics that we cover here on the podcast. And yeah, I've been really on top of it. If you may or not notice, now you can pretty much go to our channel every day and we upload a video. And we gotta give super amount of appreciation to everybody that actually taps into those videos. And yeah, some of them are actually doing pretty not bad views for us. So, and if you ever leave a comment or a like or a recommendation or a criticism, we appreciate it over here. I think that is about it, if I'm not mistaken. But also before.
Uh-oh. It was going too well.
Well, that sucks. I guess I could just do this while he's. Oh, is he back already? Well, it's better while we're doing this during like the intro stuff than opposed to if we're actually in the middle of a heated discussion. You back, guys?
All right, I am back.
Okay, nice. Yeah, we're still nice, homegrown grassroots, so it doesn't matter if we have some technical difficulties. The goal is to just keep podcasting until one day we have a whole professional setup. Okay. Before you rudely cut out, I'm just joking. Does anyone have any content recommendations outside of music for this week? I think I might have something.
Um, I don't think so. I mean, I read a book called "Build Your House Around My Body" by Violet
Uh,
Cooper Smith. It's a magical realism type book where it's like set. It jumps actually back and forth between past and present. Um, but it's set in Vietnam, and it kind of like has because it jumps back and forth between the history and current day. There's some interesting like exposition around history in Vietnam that I wasn't really aware of at all. Um, but the thing is, like, I liked the book a lot, but that was only after reading reviews and realizing how much I missed like during my initial read. So I'm
Mm.
gonna be rereading it. Um, but like there's a ton of connections between the different characters in the story, like in the past and in the present. And like you find out, oh, this person's a father, and like it's just very interwoven extremely well. And also because the narrative jumps back and forth, like on my first read I thought it was just um the author like trying to make the story more interesting by using that like narrative technique. But once I realized how many connections there were, it's more so that they were it made me realize like they weren't trying to cover up bad writing with just a more convoluted way to tell the story. It truly was used to tell the story in a more compelling way. So I do think the book was good like now, but on my first read it didn't really click.
So what are
But
you
yeah,
saying?
either way.
So what are we saying? This is a book people are gonna have to read twice?
But if you know going into it and you pay attention, then you may be able to appreciate it the first time.
Fair enough. What's the what's the title? One by us one more time.
Build Your House Around My Body by Violet Cooper Smith.
Based. Okay. Fair enough. Anything else from you, Ace?
Um, I don't think so. Devil May Cry is still amazing, but
Jesus Christ.
I already said that.
how was your concert?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you,
concert was great.
yeah, you gotta give it a
Um,
warm. You gotta give it a warm review. Where'd you go
yeah,
last week?
I, w- I went to see Faye Reagan. I mean, I keep saying Faye Webster. Perform in Boston last Saturday, and yeah, the it was an outdoor concert, but the weather was perfect. Um, the venue was larger than I'm used to. And I didn't get as close to the stage as I like, but it was still the sound was like the sound quality was great and everything, so that didn't matter too much. Um, yeah, and the crowd was into it, like just everything I like about um concerts. It was pretty much the boxes were checked. And also the opener was this band called Julie that I've gotten into recently. They're a newer band that hasn't released an album yet. They still have, I think next month their album will be dropping, but um they have some great tracks. So I was I was looking forward to seeing them actually more than Bay Webster, but yeah, they both did excellent. So
Dope. Man, how many shows have you racked up around your belt this year so far?
not as many as I will be racking up for the next few months. Like I
Yeah.
just took a lot of days off to see a lot more shows, so I'm hyped.
Dope. Well, we anticipate either going or hearing a review about it. Oh man, actually, I have something. I actually have an event planned for us. Hope there's nothing going on the weekend of September 14th. But I don't know if that's too far in advance to even. Anyway, just keep that open though. Anyway, um, as for me, I don't know if anyone out there enjoys watching Madden streams or NCAA football streams, but Cam Newton, and I don't know how long he's been streaming. I feel as if it's relatively new, but he streams and he is hell entertaining. Which I mean, a professional, one of the most known professional football players of modern times playing a football game. I think that's just 1-to-1, but yeah, definitely entertaining. Definitely recommend. He streams on YouTube. I don't know if he multi platform streams, but yeah, Cam Newton streams on YouTube, and it's definitely dope. I've been enjoying watching those streams. Do we have anything else for content recommendations outside of music, of course?
Um, one brief one. I saw the new Deadpool Wolverine movie last week.
Okay. Another warm review. Give us the no spoilers, but why somebody should watch it or not watch it.
Um, no spoilers. It was most certainly entertaining. It was pretty funny. Like most of the jokes did land. If you pay too much attention to the plot, I don't recommend you do because it is doesn't hold up upon scrutiny. But again, like it, the plot was kind of like to get from one set piece to the other, and there wasn't much logic in between. That kind of isn't the point of the movie, but it just some things annoyed me kind of. But again, it was entertaining. It was funny. Um, One thing I will say is, which I didn't watch the trailers, so I had no idea really what to expect. But if you have seen or been exposed to the Fox era of X-Men slash Marvel,
Who hasn't?
Fantastic Four, that was
Oh, Fantastic
in the
Four.
mid 2000s, then it's framed in some ways around those, if not movies, characters. So just something interesting to keep in the back of your head. But I I would recommend watching it if like you're just looking for something to keep you entertained, kind of turn your brain off. Don't go digging too deep into the plot. It's not a Nolan film, but it's good enough.
Nice. And I think it's been getting not too bad reviews, so that's good to hear. Hugh Jackman still got it. That bright ass yellow suit he's wearing kind of throws me off.
Um, yeah, I guess I didn't even think about the actual performances in the movie, but yeah, he was good in the movie. I mean, kind of typical. He's a
Nice.
good actor. He's good at playing Wolverine, so it's kind of like what I expected from him going in.
Nice. Fair.
It's really wild that he's so good at playing Wolverine. 'Cause he's so different as a real person.
Yeah, the
Th-
accent, the
Those are the best type of actors,
personality,
especially in the context of like hero movie, just like Robert Downey Jr., who's gonna switch it up, but him as Iron Man,
in real
Homeboy.
life, he is. I would say he's pretty similar to
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
dead.
Like, yeah, that's the
What do y'all
thing.
Not
mean?
to say
Not
to
to
one
What
not
do y'all
not.
degree.
mean? What do
I'm
y'all
not.
mean in real life? Like y'all be chilling at
Uh
his crib?
No, like
because
based on
like
interviews with him.
his
Like
documented
Ryan Reynolds,
personal
for
life
example, he's
was
exactly
very
like
reminiscent.
Deadpool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah. No, yeah. Ryan Reynolds is actually, I don't know, like a really good Deadpool. He just sucks at everything else. But that's neither. Anyway, also, Homeboy is Batman. Even though people would argue there's been a bunch of good Batmans.
Who's
Um,
oh Christian Bale's?
yeah. Anyway, is there anything else?
I think so.
no.
If not, let's get right into the topics. And this is uh special. I guess the annual review of the XXL Cyphers. So we're gonna get through a few topics, but that's gonna be the main. That's gonna be the main topic of what we address tonight. So if you haven't listened to it yet, or them yet, or you have listened to them yet, but you wanna hear our opinions on it too, everybody just sit back and we'll get to that. But in the interim, let me go back here for a second. Everyone like my stock photo of the week? Then go here. Or our stock photo of the week, I should say. Oops, don't do that. And y'all names are backwards, just like usual. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second to fix this. Anyway, so first topic. Salute to SquarePants. Sewerslvt. This is uber random. Like I literally just sometimes be on the gram, as y'all may or may not know. I typically only follow, for better or for worse, rappers and artists. And SquarePants recently posted this, and I just found, and it's obviously not. It's obviously just mad funny, and I want to bring it here. And that's how we be finding topics sometimes. Anyway, he posted. This dopehead I'm cool with told me his wife passed away about 3 weeks ago. I felt his pain and gave him a couple bucks. ... Man, I just saw him walk by me with his wife. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. Man. And in the actual comments, he did. Maybe I'll read that after, because this is nothing too philosophical to wrap our brains around. Really, I mean, the question thing that comes to my mind is, we're all here in generally the mindset. I don't want to wholly speak for y'all, but we're all here in generally the mindset of, if we have it and we bump into somebody, the have-nots, the homeless, the tweakers, we'll give it a couple dollars. All praise, we got it, and we're not gonna focus too much on what that person has going on in their life. We'll just give. But what would y'all do? Humor me. What would y'all do if you bumped into a panhandler and they, gave you their story? Because anyone that's experiencing homelessness or going through tough times, they always got a story. Tough times, hardship. They gave you a story that really hurt your heart, almost brought a tear to your eye. They're going through it. But then you bump into them a couple of days later, and the whole story that they gave you turned out to be nothing but cap. They told you their son just passed. They're playing catch with their son. They told you their dog's sister just passed. Now they're feeding that dog's sister a bone. So on and so forth. What do we do? Or how do you feel is if you give somebody something, maybe not specifically, but also because of the story that they give you, they feed you, but then it turns out that story is nothing but cap. Sorry, what you
They have
asked.
to be. They're homeless too, right? Like, this is specifically the homeless scenario.
I guess you could. I guess to take it even to that extreme, like imagine someone came up to you, said, "Yeah, I'm uber homeless. I mean, I can't even. I just got kicked out recently," and then you walk past them. Yeah, actually, I live here. My bad. I just need a couple dollars that day.
Is it possible to
Yeah.
be uber homeless, or I feel like it's you're homeless or you're not. I don't know if it's.
First of all,
Have y'all
funny.
seen the clip of Speed? Like my mom. Have y'all seen the "My Mom is kind of homeless" clip?
Oh yeah,
Bro,
Oh,
that's one of the funniest things ever.
I'm
Getting off track. Bro.
I know. I'm just caught up with the fact that you actually did point out the fact that I kind of load on these adjectives to some things. Like, what is uber homeless? I guess someone that's been homeless for a long time. I don't know. Anyway, yes, whatever situation you can imagine, somebody that capped, they told you a story, they wasn't true. You gave them some money. What are you doing? How are you feeling?
yeah, I'm laughing about it. I mean, I'm definitely laughing about it, and then it's more so like if I saw that person again, I probably would just say, like, if they asked me and they started giving me a sob story, I would just say, like, kind of just be like, I don't need, like, just stop. Like, if you need the money, just ask me for the money. You don't need to go into all these details and like just ask me for the money. And I might give it to him again, but it's more
No.
so.
You would give the same person money again?
Wow.
Yeah.
Dog,
That
they just
lied
lied
to
to
you?
your face.
Yeah, I mean, if I say, like, if I tell them to stop telling me the story, if you need the money, just ask me for the money, and they say, yeah, I just need a couple bucks, I'm gonna give them the money.
But they already told you the story. No, he told you his wife died, bro. This and when he said when Styles P is saying a couple bucks, I'm assuming that means like a couple hundred. Like when you say
No, Styles P is not giving over. Nobody a couple hundred.
No, he is saying a couple bucks. Like,
if you, I don't know, it kind of feels crazy if someone's wife died and give him $2 and tell him. I think it's kind of under exaggeration. But regardless, bro told you his wife died. Like that's not just a regular run of the mill stop story. That's advanced. That's AP lit level storytelling.
Not to, because I want to hear what his response is, because he's kind of wilding. I'm not gonna lie. One time I was at a gas station, and some family came up to me and was like, "Yeah, our father/husband just got shot." I only gave him 5. Was I wrong for that?
yeah, you're not gonna give him $100 just because, like, it's still you give him.
But it's the fact that he said that he's cool with them, so I'm assuming they have a relationship.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean he just said he's asked him for years and he's given like it's probably just somebody he's seen multiple times. Like this person posted up in the same spot or whatever, and they did this. I mean, I think that kind of changes it too. Like if this isn't the first time you're meeting the person and then they just randomly tell you all this stuff. Like I guess in Styles P's situation, I probably wouldn't give them the money again. Maybe I would. Like I'm generally more inclined to continue to than not.
Any panhandlers that are watching this are gonna try to make
somebody could lie to you. Boldface lied to you.
That's crazy,
you fully find out that it was nothing but cap. Like it gets fully exposed, and then you'll continue to give them resources and money.
Told you I would address the lie, but yeah, once I address the lie, and if they're just straight up with me and say, yeah, I just need a few bucks, I don't need to know what it's for. It's just like any homeless person. If they ask me for the money, I don't need to know what it's for. You like it, for example, this situation with the guy, he said his wife died and all this stuff. That doesn't necessarily mean just because he lied, he doesn't need the money. He came up with this lie. Obviously, it'd be, you don't want them to lie, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that they don't need it. So, again, like, if the person lied, I will address the lie. But if they still say, yes, I still need it, like, I'm not going to just be like, no, I'm not giving it to you because you lied. Like, they still might need it.
All right, like
the principle don't mean nothing to you.
Sound like you standing on it, I guess.
It's truthful. Like I'm not. Yeah, it's just the truth. This is how I would respond to it.
Yeah, man, no, I tend to believe you. I just a little I don't know. I guess. How about you, Ghost? Are you rocking the same type of time? If somebody comes up to you, feeds you a sob story, I should stop saying sob story. Somebody feeds you a sad story, but it turns out to be a lie. What are you doing? How are you feeling?
Um, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't care because literally any time a homeless person or anyone asks me for money tells me anything, I assume it's a lie. I assume that it's
Really?
false. Yeah, I literally whatever they say to me means absolutely nothing. Like they could say that their entire family just died 2 hours ago in a house fire. I think it's BS, and again, it literally does not phase me at all because I think it's a lie regardless. And they're probably lying to get the money. I'm probably gonna give them the money, but if I catch them in the middle of the lie, and it does kind of change things if I'm cool with them and I've been giving them money in the past, and they lie and I catch them in the lie. Either way, I'm not. You're not getting more money out of me. It's for me. It's not even like a matter of like I'm offended. It's more so like you were dumb enough to get caught. This is your whole livelihood telling me lies, and if you're that bad at it, then you don't deserve the money. So that's kind of my rationale.
I'm. Yeah. I mean, I
It's not
guess
even
I.
like that's not even a morally uh like good necessarily response. It's just you want them to lie better. Like
It's yeah. I mean,
that's better than what I said.
it's it's not. It's definitely not better, but it's more so like if you're going to take advantage of me, and not to say that all people that ask for money are doing that, but if you are lying to me, which again, if someone tells me sorry, I'm assuming you are.
Yeah, that's
Be
crazy.
good
How are
at it
you?
and don't insult my intelligence and make me and like clearly blatantly say, "Oh, you're stupid enough to give me the money and catch me in the middle of the lie and not do anything." That's where I'm like, bro, come on, like.
It's just that if you have this stance that you're just predetermined to not believe them, then why do you care if it's a lie or not?
Well, I don't. I'm assuming it's a lie. Again, it's more so just the fact that if I'm catching you doing it, you're obviously being sloppy and you don't respect
Why are
you
you
don't
why are you grading and like criticizing the lie? If you think everything's a lie, what does it matter?
because it's about insulting my intel. It's like if I gave you the money and you literally if you ask me money, you say I need some water because I'm super hot and I'm dehydrated, and I give you money for the water, and
Which
you
you don't
turn
believe they're
around.
hot or dehydrated, by the way.
Yeah, and you turn around, you go into a corner store, and you come out with cigarettes. It's like you're just doing it blatantly in front of me. It's like you don't respect the fact that I gave you money enough to at least pretend that you're using it for the purpose. You're just blatantly saying, "I got what I wanted from you. You're stupid. You were stupid enough to give it to me, and I'm getting over on you." And you're blatant about it. It's like you don't deserve it then. Because the way I think about it is that if you're desperate enough, and because I mean, most 99.9% of people do not like asking for money. It's kind of like your very last resort.
I
So
don't know
if
if that's
you're
true.
going to do it, there's some level of gratefulness slash like appreciativeness where you're not just gonna turn around and make me and just say to my face with your actions, "You're an idiot for giving me this money." And if you go out and kind of shove it in my face that, "Wow, you're really stupid for doing this," I'm gonna be like, "Okay, bet you're not getting anything else out of me." Like I'm not gonna be mad. It's just like you don't respect the
Yeah, you
fact
don't got
that,
it.
yeah, you don't respect the scenario and you're not getting any more money out of me. It is what it is. It's not like I give money to people in general because it's like they're struggling and you don't want to see people struggle. But again, if they're, I guess another way to flip it is that if you're getting caught out so easily in your lie, you don't need the money as much as let on in the first place.
Jesus Christ.
I will
You know,
say that the cigarette example was a good example. Like if you gave me this whole sob story about how hot you are and stuff, and then you went in the store and I saw you just come out with cigarettes, and then I like it would be even worse if you just looked at me
That's what I'm
and
saying.
like yeah,
Like damn, look
and
at this
didn't like have
stupid
any
mother.
remorse. Yeah, then yes, I can. Like there are extremes where I'll be like, all right, yeah, next time I don't got it on me, but I mean again with for the most part, like what I'm addressing is if I caught you and then I address it with you and then you're like, hey, yeah, I'm sorry, I still need the money. Yeah, all right.
Salute to all the folks out there, that are struggling and, have went through hard times in life and unfortunately are in a bad spot like that. But the idea of you trying to go back and forth with somebody that's homeless or down bad and dang, man, you didn't have to lie to me like that. It's crazy, by the way. But regardless, yeah, I mean, I, I don't know. I I guess it's almost like you're the teacher that goes. It's almost like you're the teacher that's like you're okay with cheating on tests, but you just can't do it out in the open and let me catch you. It's like
Yeah, remember tutoring exams? Like I'm
It's
kind of that
absolutely-
same mindset. Like if you're desperate enough to cheat, not that I'm condoning it, but if
but
you're
you think
that
but you think all
desperate,
students are cheating though.
I mean, it's not a one-to-one example, but let's say yeah. But it's kind of like if you're that desperate and you really need to pass, and you're willing to go to these extents. If you're blatant about it, then it shows me that actually you're not that desperate. You're just lazy, and you don't get a pass from me. That's kind of how it is. Be better.
Fair enough. It's crazy. I feel as if like just trying to say, no, even though it sounds wild, hearing somebody say, you're probably not the only person that has that outlook on these type of things. Um, as crazy as it sounds. Yeah, man. I don't know if there's even a more of the story here. Whenever we talk about giving to homeless people or people that are down bad, well, I always think of my view. It's kind of redundant, but my view on it is always just like I really don't need to hear someone's sad story, someone's soft story, because when I give money to people, I don't care what they do with it. Obviously, I hope they're not using it to harm other people, but I don't care what they do with it. It's that I'm not always saying because I think Joe Rogan kind of coined it, but like I can't be mad or whatever that a homeless person or whoever is using money to buy drugs and alcohol because that's what I spend my money on. And obviously, I don't literally spend my money on drugs and alcohol, but it's just a metaphor for I'm gonna waste my money too. So do whatever you want. But yeah, so this is Styles P. One of the comments because people were kind of seemed like people were kind of coming from him. He responded with, "For all y'all saying I got finessed, I can tell y'all don't be outside. He helped me out. I would have gave him a couple bucks without the lie, as I've been doing for years." So it seemed like he did know this brother. In fact, for a couple years, he finessed himself out of that for the future. I'm more upset that him lying to me than the couple of bucks. So it seemed like it's kind of along the lines of what you were talking about. Is the lying does more do damage than the fact that you got finessed. But or quote unquote finessed. But again, salute to LSP and salute to all the people that did go through some hard times in life, and you are holding on to those couple bucks that people give you, and you're on your way up.
Salute to the homeless dude's wife that's still alive and not dead.
Yeah, I wonder if the wife ever tells people that her husband died. Maybe they're in on it together.
Probably.
But if there's nothing else, we can move on to the next topic. Okay, salute to Hollywood and Lock, salute to Jason Lee. So, before I even we've all heard of like the Chipotle controversy that's been going on for like it seems like this year, or is this new to some of y'all?
I
heard of it.
have heard.
And maybe because I haven't been to Chipotle in a while, but this is. I guess I'll ask you that. Has anyone been to Chipotle recently?
In the
recently?
last year, yes.
Okay. Well, the last time you were there, did you get exactly a healthy amount of portion that you got, or did they were skimping?
Nope. It was a classic Chipotle portions. A
Friend,
ridiculous sized burrito, like
I don't know about all that.
ridiculously large burrito.
I don't know about all that. Chipotle burritos aren't massive, in my
They
opinion.
are weighty. Like
Man, they're weighty, but they be stuffing them with rice and barely any meat.
oh,
Okay.
I guess
Okay.
that could happen. Mine did have a good amount of I think I got steak.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I wasn't
That's
looking
what
for
they skipping out on the most.
I wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't looking for your exact meal, but fine, order whatever the case may be. So we've already of it, and there's just been this thing going around where like people are feeling as if they're getting skimped out on their Chipotle bowls and their burritos and their meals, and some people have even gone as far as. So there's been two wild things people are doing. Some people are when they order something, they take out their phone and they start recording, and I think it like puts more pressure on the server, and then they put a little extra in there because they don't want to get exposed. And then there's also people that's doing a really wild thing. You go to the Chipotle, you're doing the order, and if you're not satisfied with how much they're putting in it, before you have to pay, they just be like, I don't want it anymore, and then they just made the whole custom burrito or burrito bowl, and I think that means they got to throw that joint out. But all the same, so yeah, there's been this Chipotle conspiracy theory going around. They're skimping on the portions, especially with the meat, because they got to cut costs, whatever the case may be. And recently, the literal Chipotle CEO confirmed customers were right. Some restaurants were skimping on food. So, Chipotle recently faced backlash on social media after customers claimed the restaurant had been reducing portions in its burrito bowls. I guess so, specifically the burrito bowls, which none of us get here, right? You always get the burrito.
yeah,
I
yeah.
never get a burrito.
Yeah, well, I guess y'all got to get it good and get the burrito. That's the strat. Anyway, in response to these complaints, the CEO has announced the company will be implementing changes to address the issue. First, there was a directive to provide less to customers. The CEO, Brian Nickel, said during an earnings call Wednesday. Okay, so they literally, dang, that's crazy. I wonder what
There
would the
you
meet.
go. That's crazy.
I wonder what would like this. Did they have like a staff meeting? Did like the email go out? So listen, I know during training we said use these in portions, but now just take a half a spoonful. That's
I know
demons.
exactly how it went. Yeah, they did it in a call. Like we said the earnings call, right? The employees got to listen in on that. So I
Well,
just
Really?
dropped the news.
I don't know about. I have never worked in fast food, but I feel as if he's just talking about.
Employees have to listen in on earnings calls?
Oh wait,
I
no, I misinterpreted. He said he admitted to it during the earnings call
yeah.
about the customers.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, he didn't. He said there was never a directive.
Wait, what? Oh, there was never a directive.
He said,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Cause that would
Spreading
be
misinformation out here.
yeah, because
Good Lord.
that didn't even make any sense. Okay, so there was never a directive to provide less to customers. So at the top level, there was never a directive. Got to clear that before we get killed in the comments. Although sometimes
Too
people,
late. It's too late.
do y'all ever? I mean, y'all probably don't comment on a lot of videos. Do y'all ever comment on a video before the video is ended? I never do that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I
Anyway.
do.
no, I don't.
Because
Why?
you forget. If it's a long video, you'll forget like what you were gonna say once you get to the end of it.
But this is exactly the not this particular not anyone that's planned someone's gonna comment on this video, but that's the exact reason why you don't comment on a video because you don't know if they're gonna address something later in the video that they maybe it aired on. Anyway, scroll down a bit. Is with that said, getting the feedback caused us to relook our pardon me, getting that too much. With that being said, getting the feedback caused us to relook at our execution across the entire system. Nicole added, the company will make generous portions more consistent across its more than 3,500 restaurants. He said that 10% of stores are outliers in portion sizes, and those locations will be restrained to the right standards. The food prices continue to increase several. Huh?
Retrained.
Oh, retrained to the right standards. Yeah, you're right. As the food prices continue to increase, several restaurant chains are faced with the same allegations. A practice where smaller portion sizes for the same prices. In June, a Wells Fargo analyst conducted a study by ordering and weighing 75. Jesus Christ! Study by ordering 75 Chipotle burrito bowls with various ingredients at 8 different locations in New York City. The results revealed a significant variance in size and portion sizes across the sample portions. I mean, honestly, what they should have done in the beginning, since always, they should carrying this like a coupon in Chipotle. What they should have all done is like when you go to certain Chinese food restaurants, more so like buffets, you can get like anything you want and you put it in this container and then they just weigh the thing and then they just pay it by the thing. That's what they should do. They should have a scale by the register and then they just put the burrito bowl on the register and you have to pay based off of how much it weighs. But anyway, you got that for free, Chipotle. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything really to deep dive here. It seems like it was a matter of they're acknowledging they got caught red-handed, even though they're also saying, hey, we never told them. We never told anybody to do this. So if they never told anybody to do this, then why were they doing it? Is going to come to question. Anyway, but I guess in general, it doesn't have to be a whole deep dive. What do y'all make of this? Because on the other flip side, don't we kind of feel like if there really is no evidence that they made a call to give smaller portion sizes, that Chipotle basically got bullied into making sure that the sizes look appropriate so people stop complaining? I mean, it's like, again, I'm not a burrito bowl consumer, but I don't think I've ever went to a restaurant, even restaurants that I frequent, and felt like I got shysted out of my food.
Really?
Like, are people just being fat?
You're telling me that like you haven't seen anyone serving you like when you say I want X meat on whatever meal you're getting, and they give you a little bit and then they shake some off with a spoon and put it back into the pot and then just give you that little portion. That never happened to you?
This is something I truly cannot relate.
That 100% happens to me, or it has happened to me before.
Okay, well, I guess you can go. You can go first. What do you think of this Chipotle controversy? You think it made sense, or do you think Chipotle kind of buckled their knees a little too quick?
Well, as someone who used to work at the superior fake Mexican restaurant in Taco Bell, I'm gonna tell you exactly how this went down.
No one agrees with that. Continue.
There was never an explicit written directive from the CEO saying have lesser portions, but I guarantee there was some subtle, your profit margins were a little bit lesser this month. Try to cut back or try to increase that. And in response to that, the managers then directed the employees, be a little lighter with that meat, be a little lighter with those toppings. No one's going to notice anyways because they want to save a few bucks, get those profits up. And it just ended up snowballing into a partially confirmation bias thing where people expected to get less portions, and because they were looking for it, they got it. And again, Chipotle is like, before this controversy, they've been doing this shit. And it's not just Chipotle, it's all those places, but Chipotle is like a pretty bad offender because they did not give a lot of meat in their meals in general. Like, this is just from years and years of having Chipotle, and it annoys me.
If they've always been doing this, then how do you know the appropriate amount of like protein that they're supposed to give? What if they're supposed to? What if their idea of giving you is to give you a little?
The idea, well, this is why I don't really like Chipotle, because maybe their idea of enough is different, but every other restaurant I've been to gives an appropriate amount of meat, which is how I know what the reference is. And then when I eat a Chipotle burrito and I'm eating lettuce and rice and I'm like, where's the meat? Then I get pissed. So that's how I know that. So this is, I'm giving y'all the background of exactly.
Have you ever asked for more?
Most of the time I actually get I get it DoorDash, which I mean, yeah, it's kind of my
Oh,
fault. But sometimes I will sometimes ask for more. Like, can I get a little more? Because like sometimes they be crazy skimping. Like it's wild, bro. They give you so much rice and then like a little spoon. Like when I see that they scoop some out and then they shake some off, that gets me irate. It gets me so pissed. Because why do you care? Why are you pocket watching my food? Give me my meat. If it's a
Jesus
little more
Christ.
meat, then who's it gonna hurt? But the greedy ass, these stingy ass employees. But I'm getting
Jesus.
sidetracked. So I gave the lowdown on how it
Didn't think,
happened.
didn't think anyone would be passionate about this.
It's food, bro. I'm gonna be passionate. But come circling around back to this, I think that the reason that they said this on the earnings call was because of optics and probably because the shareholders have been pressing about it. Because again, these videos are going like viral, and
Yeah.
once something starts to circulate, it's just a confirmation bias thing. Like even at the stores with the appropriate portions, appropriate for Chipotle, but they're the other people, the customers, are going to see the portion and be like, "Hey, that's not enough," even if it was enough for them before, just because their minds had been kind of tainted. So, in order to forestall this and to kind of put a halt to it, they addressed it directly, and they could very well keep the same exact portions as they have doing before, but because they're saying they're going to address it, it's going to put in people's minds that they are going to be getting more portions when maybe they won't be. But I think they did make the right move in purely for the money is why they did it, and I think it's going to help them out because otherwise it could have just ended up snowballing into something where people just continue to think that Chipotle isn't giving enough portions, which they are. Again, besides the point, people start going to Chipotle starts losing money, etc., etc. So this is done to keep their profits up, and I think from a business perspective, it is a good idea. From a
Hmm.
consumer perspective, Chipotle's kind of whack, overpriced, and yeah,
Man, that's one of the main things I agree with you on. Like, obviously, the cost of any meal these days has just gotten way more. Used to be back in the day, you can get like the $5 sub. These days, you're
man,
paying.
$5 foot long, bro.
These days, you're paying 15 plus just to get one burrito or one sandwich. But
Crazy.
it does create that question of like, was Chipotle like what puts Chipotle in a better like state when it comes to like earnings? If they give less money, but then people complain and maybe stop going there, maybe, even though Chipotle's still in business. Or if they give you more food, so people are more satisfied, but then they're losing money because they're giving too much food and not getting enough return on their investment, so to speak. I wonder what.
That's for the marketing analysis people that it's their jobs to look into this stuff. That's for them to predict.
True, true, true. Um, how about you, Ace? What do you make of this story? Um, yeah, do you think it made sense that the response, and do you think there really were you think there's some conspiracy behind the whole thing?
um, I'm not. I mean, yeah, there's the response makes sense. They kind of had to do it. The fact that Chipotle is still around is actually baffling to me. It always will be,
What do you mean? People
given
love
at
Chipotle.
least haven't there been at least two E. coli outbreaks at Chipotle over the
Bro,
Oh,
the E.
years?
here
Like,
we
coli. Bro, I've
go.
seen videos of like little bugs crawling around in the Chipotle
Oh
burritos,
my
bro. Like
gosh.
it's nasty stuff.
the fact that they're
And it
around
doesn't
is
even taste
still gonna
good.
always baffle me.
It's a
While
certain
I
subset of people that enjoy Chipotle, and that's what's keeping them in business. We'll
While
say
I
that.
am a big person on like if I hear there's been like an outbreak of something in the food, I'll probably stay away from it. To be clear, those outbreaks when you look into like details of outbreaks, it was like at one random location. It was only affected like the lettuce, and there's always the romaine lettuce is always like a big issue. A lot of these things be like the story. The story sounds a lot worse than it is.
I've seen videos. I've seen crazy videos.
Yes, we've all seen
Yeah.
videos where somebody got a bug in their order. Boo.
Nah, bro, it was just one bug. It's a whole lot of little, look like little mini maggots just crawling around in there. It's like in multiple locations. They can't be trusted.
Y'all to control it.
This just turned into a Chipotle slander fest.
I'm not here to just cleanse Chipotle for the reasons y'all are. Like,
No. I told you, like, I just got Chipotle this year, probably twice. So I'm not necessarily one to talk, but it's still funny that this is the thing that, I mean, they had to address the E. coli, I think, too, obviously, but this is the thing that people are getting outraged about now is skimpy portions. Like, I've never had that problem, so I am less inclined to believe.
would you ever
people
ask
than-
if you felt like you didn't get the proper amount of protein or portion that you are used to or accept?
100%. I would just ask for more, but I wouldn't blame it on the company. I would blame it. I mean, I would more just think, this employee doesn't put enough, or this location. More likely, I would just say, yeah, this location doesn't put enough.
What if they charge you for the extra that you request? They say, yeah, but it'll be more.
I think I would be fine with that. It would be like 79 cents or something.
Dog, I might walk in, bro.
I mean, I'm be honest. In this economy, that's 75.
I'm saying.
The reason I
79
say
cents.
this, the main reason I say this is because I will pay more for, like getting more caramel in my, whatever it is, the caramel macchiato drink or whatever from Panera. Like, I'm just generally willing to pay more for
random
more
ace orders.
But it's kind of different if you feel like you're not getting your justified amount in the first place versus just getting an extra request on top of something that's being provided how it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna necessarily like it would be hard for me to believe that I'm not getting the right amount. Like, it would.
You haven't seen some of these videos,
even if
bro?
No, I haven't. I mean, I haven't seen any where it was convincing to me. And again, like, I only get the burritos, so I never paid attention to what the burrito bowls look like to say if they are giving less or not. I guess, like, everybody can't be lying, but either way, social media at the same time can blow stuff out of proportion. Like you said, there's the confirmation bias thing too. But yeah, it would be very difficult for me to not only believe that the portions are not enough for my liking, but also that the restaurant is doing something, like, I don't know, quote unquote, like, wrong. Like, if they say I have to pay more, then I'm gonna assume that the portion that they gave me is now the portion that is standard and for this location, and I need to pay more for more. Like, that's more so my mindset. I mean, because again, with the caramel thing, those squirts used to be you could get infinite additional squirts for free, and they started charging. So
I've been saying I want more meat all this podcast. Knock it off.
Huh?
That was particularly egregious.
Sorry, keep going, Ace.
No, I was just saying, yeah, they like, restaurants change their policies and costs around food, like, over time. So if that changes, like, there is the potential for me to be like, okay, no, I'm just not gonna get it anymore. But it's unlikely if whatever I was getting is good. I'm more so inclined to boycott a restaurant if they just stop providing something altogether, like Five Guys in the malted milkshake.
Oh my
But
god!
we're getting
This is all right. Let's
Yeah,
before we
grudging.
before we start getting on. Oh yeah, I go to freaking Chick-fil-A, they don't give me enough fries.
You didn't know we're a food review podcast now.
That's that's funny. I'll give you that. That's funny. Yeah. Sorry. Do you have more Ace? Or is that...
No, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately speaking, maybe I am blessed in this regard, even though there's a lot of ways I'm cursed when it comes to ordering food. But I just cannot relate. I've never had an experience in which I went to a restaurant and I didn't get the amount of food that I was expecting. But at the same time, I'm not ever expecting like an over under. And obviously, there's going to be variance with these things. I always remember the time. I think I spoke on this in my class. I went. We want to talk about Superior Mexican sauce burrito spots. I don't know if they're national, but Hothead Burritos. They have some in Connecticut. One time I went into a Hothead. I should have got the young lady's name. One time I went to Hothead Burritos, and there was this fresh off the boat new worker, and they didn't even know how to roll a burrito to save their life. So I, being one of their loyal customers, had to give this person who works there the step by step on how to make the type of burrito that I wanted, and I, using that to my advantage, did instruct them, hey, make sure you get a healthy scoop of the protein.
Justified.
And put it in there. So yeah. But I say all that to say, maybe people should be getting good and stop being so fat. You need less portion anyway. Even though I just suck to get less food for the same amount of money.
You are kind of right. You're kind of right.
Y'all need to chill. But at the same vein,
America's just getting fatter.
But at the same vein, like kind of on the same line of thinking as you goes, I don't really care about these large corporations. Like, if y'all bully them to give y'all more food for less money, then it's a W.
They can decrease the serving size all they want. Just start charging less. They keep charging up. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, that too. I wonder who they're gonna bully next. Y'all better leave
Chick-fil-A. Coming for Chick-fil-A.
Y'all better leave Chick-fil-A alone.
No. They need to go for Chick-fil-A so they can start serving more bigger portion sizes.
Chick-fil-A are the nicest people. Man,
Chick-fil-A
won't go back and forth. Chick-fil-A will give you whatever you want. Oh, do you want another free chicken sandwich? Oh, sure.
But outside of the sauces, yeah, Chick-fil-A is pretty good.
Fair enough. Yeah. Anyway, unless there's anything else on this, we can move to the next topic.
All right.
That first comment, carrying this like a coupon into Chipotle.
Don't put the entire thing, fam.
I know it's the web version.
Oh, my apologies.
Doesn't let me copy the link.
Sorry, I probably shouldn't be giving my other producer a bunch of flack. So, I don't know if y'all heard about this, but recently,
oh my god,
the VA Tom Kenny, which if you may or may not know is the VA for SpongeBob SquarePants under the sea. They were at a convention, a Comic-Con to be specific. I'll just read it. So, Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, is weighing in on what he believes is the character's superpower. During the Motor City Comic-Con in Detroit, the famed VA explained that SpongeBob is autistic. He said SpongeBob is a kind of on a spectrum. As a character, he said, it's the first time he's ever been asked this question. A person who was obviously on the spectrum came up to me and said, I have a question for you, Tom Kenny. Is SpongeBob autistic? So, kind of interesting, and we'll play it. I mean, he just kind of says what it said, but kind of interesting. So, he specifically responded to in this way because somebody that was potentially autistic asked him, is SpongeBob autistic? Let's hear what he had to say. That audio is not coming through. But I don't fully blame you.
He looks like he's spitting. Too bad we can't hear what he's saying.
Are you there, Ace?
Wait, what?
The audio's not
We
coming.
cannot hear anything. Are you...
Oh, my fault. Yeah, I was listening.
Yeah, we know. We can tell. You seem like you were into it.
I couldn't hear you.
Is that an easy fix, or are we jacked up?
Let me think for a second. Earlier, you were trying to stream audio too. Were you in Discord on the desktop or the web?
Desktop.
Okay, well, that is not connected to this issue, probably. I'm streaming. Let me just. We're gonna have to do a test. You might want.
I got you. Go to YouTube real quick because this is going to be important that we have audio on this one.
All right. Let me see. All right, I wasn't coming through on the stream.
What you thought? You thought we were capping?
No. I just didn't know if it was getting picked up by by YouTube. Is it muted somehow? Application.
It's not the browser, is it?
Yeah, if you
No.
if you were hearing it, the browser's not muted.
Let me just stop and restart and then see if that does it. Oh. To share audio, share a tab or screen instead.
Are you asking or telling?
No, I have to do this, which is kind of annoying. Oh, I have to stream on Opera. Okay. All right, 1 second. All right, let me know if you can hear it.
The audio's not on.
It's muted
on this thing.
still.
Did you hear it?
The
It's
audio is
still
not
muted
on.
still.
Audio's not on.
On
Yeah.
Instagram, on the post, the mute button, bottom right.
Oh.
You can hear it.
Yeah, we can hear that. Nice.
You heard it?
Yeah, we heard it.
All right.
Can you hear us?
I can't hear you while it's going. Well, it's very loud.
Okay, turn it down on your end.
Can't. How do you turn down the Instagram audio?
Well, I'm pretty sure Windows has way better audio mixing controls than I would know. I'm pretty sure you can turn down your browser audio and then opposed to everything else audio, all the other audio. But I could be.
Let me see.
Let me not. I'm not. No. Let me not speak. Yeah, it's not a big
mixer.
And it's not a big deal because we won't be talking while the video's playing. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, you're connected to the same audio.
Oh, because you're on the
same
because my apologies. I keep forgetting you're using. Okay, whatever. Are we good now?
Yes, we should be good.
Okay, refresh that page then. Start from the beginning.
All right.
Okay, we're back. Okay. I guess I'll just kind of quickly restart it so it's a one consistent stream. Okay, so it's the Shade Room. The voice actor, Tom Kenny, says SpongeBob is autistic. The the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants is weighing in on what he believes his character's superpower. During the Motor City's Comic Con in Detroit, the famed VA explained SpongeBob is autistic. He said SpongeBob's kind of on the spectrum too. As a character, he said, it was the first time I've been asked this question. A person who was obviously on the spectrum came up to me and said, I have a question for you, Tom Kenny. Did they say it just like that, Tom? Is SpongeBob autistic? So, it seems like he was at a, at some point in time, somebody had, that was apparently obviously autistic, had asked Mr. Kenny, is SpongeBob autistic? And this is how he responded. Let's hear what he had to say.
Really identify with SpongeBob, and because SpongeBob's kind of on the spectrum too as a character. And this last con that I did in South Texas, in McAllen, Texas, it was the first time I'd ever been asked this question. A person who was, obviously on the spectrum, came up to me and said, "Hey, I have a question for you, Tom Kenny. Is SpongeBob autistic?" Wow. Is SpongeBob himself autistic? Right. And I said, yes, of course. I said, of course he is. And I said, you know what? That's his superpower. The same way it's your superpower. Absolutely. The same way it's Jenna's superpower.
Wow. So, this conversation could go a couple different ways, and we'll try to, be respectful. But you have this instance where, again, it seems like somebody that was identifiably autistic asked the VA SpongeBob, is that character autistic? And we also have to remember SpongeBob is a kids show, so the personalities and VAs behind the characters are going to want to appeal to kids in some sense. I'm assuming the person was a young person. I guess it could have been a whole ass adult in theory, but anyway, and it's kind of interesting that they would try to relate to SpongeBob to IRL people in this sense, but it seems like that's what they did, and what they believe is SpongeBob is autistic. And I guess to get straight to the question of all this thing, I mean, and I don't think this is not common, but I think there's been other characters or other situations in which a VA or somebody behind the show has came out and said, yeah, this character is autistic or something to that effect. I wish I knew the specific example I'm thinking of, but it doesn't come to me at this time. But yeah, I mean, what do y'all think about this in general? Does this seem, because what this really kind of says to me, I don't want to get too conspiratorial off the bat, but this really seems to me is this is more of a retroactive retcon by today's standards. I know what do y'all think of that? Do y'all think that's the case? And does this make you look at the character of SpongeBob differently? What do you think, Ghost?
It doesn't make me look at the character differently. I mean, this is 100% of retcon because there's no way back in '98, whenever SpongeBob started, that they went into it. Oh, this character's autistic. Absolutely not. I don't care what anybody tells me. No, that's not what the intent was. I don't know. I guess it doesn't. I don't feel one way positively or negatively about the retcon because the voice actor was doing this for a reason, which I don't know. Calling autism a superpower is kind of crazy.
That's the Kanye strat.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, Kanye said my bipolar disorder is a superpower, but that's neither nor there.
Yeah, people saying that shit, it's literally a mental deficiency in some ways. Not all the time, because I know there's certain people autistic that have heightened intelligence in some other areas, blah, blah, blah. We're not getting into that, but the reason why he did this is to make this, I'm assuming, kid feel better. That is the reason. Like, I don't care. This was not a thing that was established at the beginning and, oh, it's the first time it's been that. No, he's doing it to make him feel better. But I guess I don't have a real problem with it because it doesn't impact the way I look at the character one way or another. I do think in general it looks kind of goofy when characters or when there's obvious retcons that were not the intent, but now people are trying to appeal to the current climate, and it's like they're doing it just to make themselves seem like their goal was inclusiveness when it was not. Like, what's her name? J.K. Rowling talk about Hermione's black. No, come on, that like people are just saying stuff to say it, but I don't know. This doesn't impact how I look at SpongeBob. I'm not gonna sit back and comb through the earlier episodes. Oh, wow, was he really? No, that it doesn't make a difference to me. I know why he's doing this, but it's whatever.
I don't know.
I think it's goofy as fuck that people are clapping, but
I don't know. With the confidence in his voice, he is making it seem like, yeah, of course SpongeBob's on the spectrum. Y'all didn't notice? Of course, he's been there all that time. You don't get that?
When you said, yeah, he said SpongeBob's kind of on the spectrum. If you're either on the spectrum or you're not. A spectrum you can be high on the spectrum or low on the spectrum, but either way, you're on the spectrum.
I think that's just his
I'm being a little pedantic.
Yeah, that's just his vocab. That's just the way he was speaking.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he believes that in his heart of hearts, but I am 100% sure that when SpongeBob started, he started voicing the character. He was not written as autistic. I can tell you that with a fact, with 100% certainty.
Okay, Mr. I created SpongeBob.
He's in the studio.
So when we're making a sponge-based character, okay, fair enough. What about you, Ace? Do you think this is a more retroactive retcon? Do you think SpongeBob's always been a little not all the way there, and just make you look at the character differently?
Definitely a retcon. Doesn't make me look at SpongeBob differently. I'm going to try to put this out of my head after we finish talking about it.
Don't you like nice, inclusive characters for kids?
Sure, I don't have a problem with it, but I don't think putting it on a character that it wasn't meant to be on is helpful in any way. Like, if they're gonna make an autistic character, if they're gonna make a disabled character, then it should be something that was established, because then you can be like, yeah, we created this character for this purpose. There's no questions about it. There's no I guess that too, there's no like people who saw the character in a specific way now have to look at the character differently. Like, obviously I don't care, but it's going to affect people's perception moving forward. And that could be positive for some, it could be negative for others. It's like, why even do that?
To be fair, while the way they're answering this or addressing this does make it seem like they were doing it to create a sense of relatability with SpongeBob and this person, we don't truly know the mind of, at the very least, Tom Kenny, to the point where he could have always thought SpongeBob was, on a spectrum, as he says.
I mean, the way he's saying it, I don't even think he's implying that he thought that. And also, he says he didn't think about it before. It was the first time he'd been asked a question, and it came to him that, yeah, SpongeBob is on the spectrum. Like, it's something that he thought about at the time, and it made sense to him.
That's you're actually right when you think about it. And should people go around giving diagnostics to
exactly? Also, that's another part of it. Like, you're diagnosing a cartoon character.
Yeah, SpongeBob's a loser who wants to relate to him. Like, all he does is flip burgers. He doesn't have his boating license.
This is not.
He ain't got a girl. He's a loser who wants to be like him.
First of all,
why do any autistic people want to look
on that last one? We don't even know SpongeBob's. I guess Bob is a male name. Anyway,
come on.
We're not here to bash SpongeBob. SpongeBob's not a loser. SpongeBob enjoys life. You're calling him a loser because he enjoys fried cooking. You're calling him a loser because he doesn't have his boarding license. Have you ever driven a boat?
Bro, he can't drive. He has to walk to work every day. All he does is put my fries in the bag, bro. That's all he does.
SpongeBob
He ain't got
is a happy.
his hobbits are what, jellyfishing? Come on, he's kind of a loser. Who cares if he enjoys life? He's a loser, bro.
SpongeBob is content. He has a house. He has his pet. He has his friends. He don't need nothing.
Lame as. It's been 20-something years. He still ain't got a girl. He still ain't get with Sandy. After 20-something years, think about that.
Look at the mindset of the SpongeBob community. SpongeBob has to mate with a squirrel anyway. Did you have anything else?
Someone. He needs to get with someone. Some female. Like, he's just sitting there alone with his best friends, a dumbass and Patrick, who lives under. Come on, bro. He's a loser. It's just how it is. If he's gonna be someone, like, maybe say, oh, Sandy's autistic, because Sandy's successful. She, like, a genius and all that. But SpongeBob, what's SpongeBob? SpongeBob's a dumbass. Who wants to be like him?
Assigning success to any of these characters, or lack of success to any of these characters.
We've had 20 years to assign success, bro. Like, we're not gonna get more of a biography on his life than we've gotten already.
Sound like somebody's under the capitalistic view of success mindset.
What does getting a girl have to do with capitalism?
Well, in order to get a girl, you still have to have resources to give to that girl, but that's neither nor there. Ace, did you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I was going to go more so the route of, like, diagnosing a character as autistic is just weird. In general, like, going around, like, I wouldn't diagnose a person as autistic. I'm not a psychologist, and I don't think Tom Kennedy is either. Like, it's just strange.
It would be crazy if the person he was talking to actually wasn't on the spectrum.
Yes, calling somebody obviously
that
autistic.
would be wild.
Exactly, that's the thing too. He said, yeah, a person who was obviously on the spectrum, like. How do you?
I know. Maybe he's an ex. Maybe he has like some degree in.
Also,
maybe
to be fair, like, maybe he's just calling a spade, because I think we can all use our brains and visualize if somebody's not all the way there. Let's not. Be
I mean, what I'm
it.
saying is, like, I don't even know what the autistic spectrum, like, entails. So, like, obviously I can tell if somebody has I shouldn't say obviously, but there are some extremes where you can tell somebody has some type of mental deficiency. Mm-hmm. But does that mean that they're autistic, or is it something else? Like, I don't have
could
the
have
ability
Down
to,
syndrome. I don't.
Yeah, it could just be Down syndrome. It could be whatever, bipolar. Like, I don't know all these the signs just based off of interaction with somebody, if they're on the autism spectrum versus something else.
Although, to be also fair, we always got to try to look at all sides of this. If a person's obviously showing signs of not being all the way there, and then they ask, hey, is that person autistic? I think that's when he's starting to put the pieces together. I think that whole interaction is what led him to believe this person is not all the way there. But,
and autistic.
Yeah. But, sorry. Yeah.
That was my last point.
No, I got that. Yeah, it's interesting. I definitely, like I said, I can't think of the other example. I don't think this is like the first time and or last time we'll see this. I think, let me focus. I think we will see other characters either become retroactively autistic or you'll just see new characters that's
crazy.
That's
bro.
That's a part of their MO, if you will. And the other thing I will say, you also always have to remember the reason why this is more of a thing, because a lot of people, for better or for worse, are I don't want to up in arms, but they're heavily questioning why like everything has to include something about autism or something that. But that's because just like, and the reason why even like we have more cases of autism these days is also because we are checking for it more, diagnosing it more. Like back in the day, doctors didn't check for it as much as they check for it now. So when you see higher cases of it, you also have to include that in the like totality of data. whether you wanted to get into a conspiracy land of like things that are causing more autism, that's for a whole other podcast. But just why autism and and things like talk about conversations about spectrums are more prevalent is because that's just something in the medical field that is being done more. But yeah, I even know, again, I don't think it's inherently wrong to say, okay, a person maybe not all the way there based off their actions, their speech, whatever other traits you want to identify. I think you do have to be mindful of giving a heavy level of diagnosis of this person's autistic, this person's bipolar, the things that you guys were mentioning. Yeah, I don't even like, what really annoys me? Not annoys me, but I think when people call each other narcissists, like, that's like, I guess it's because these things start to lose meaning over time, but people be jumping out the window calling each other like some of these things that you kind of have to be at like high level, high degree to be able to assign these things onto people. But, yeah. So yeah.
I was gonna say, I think in general, it's just rubbed me the wrong way when people like go back and overanalyze like characters to the point where they're ascribing like mental medical diagnoses on like fictional characters. It's just like I see these characters in a particular way just as I don't know, like as representations of, a certain archetype or whatever, and to go back and ascribe these like super technical thing, it kind of, I guess it it like breaks the fourth wall almost. It's like, let these characters be fictional characters that do these particular things, have these particular traits. Like, we don't need to make them more realistic and
That's what you're saying.
give them these scientific diagnoses about their mental health and all this stuff. It takes away from just the enjoyment of the whatever, the story, the show, the movie, whatever. It's like you're going too far. Like, it feels unnecessary.
The reason why I guess you would not give him so much slack, and he didn't do anything inherently wrong, but for this specific reason, when we do talk about characters for children, I kind of mentioned earlier, again, if you want to appeal to children, you try to make it things more relatable, and that's how we get to, okay, if you see an autistic little boy or girl, hey, your favorite cartoon character is also similar. And I guess that, it gives kids more, connection to characters or make them feel better about their situation. SpongeBob's always happy about his situation. Maybe I can continue to be happy with my life or whatever have you. But yeah, in general, I think when you retcon these things, you're going to create a conversation that you maybe didn't want. But I don't know if this has gotten a lot of poor reception or whatever the case may be. Hey, man. I just hope the original creator of SpongeBob don't come out and be like, nah, actually, I'm not. None of that's true.
He's dead, so there's no fact checking.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder, hopefully, we never came out here and gave him a rest in power. And then I'm now forgetting.
It was this is a few years back.
Fair enough. So maybe he does have the highest level of authority to say whether SpongeBob is this or this or that. Because if the OG creator of SpongeBob is gone, then who else is more tied to the character than the VA? That's been playing over 20 years. I'm gonna say 50. But yeah, there you have it. If you ever wondered, because again, it's kind of it's a heavy claim.
No one has ever heard me except for this kid.
Yeah, if you are like this other person that wondered, according to Tom, SpongeBob is on the spectrum. Now the real question is, where on the spectrum would he lie? If he wants to go around giving the diagnosis, tell us what we're dealing with here, Tom. Are we dealing with somebody that it takes some level of like go see a doctor every now and then, or some type of therapist, like, or medication? Like, what are we dealing with, Tom? But I digress. If there's nothing else, we can move on to the next topic. Almost to the ciphers. Y'all ready?
Can't be worse than last year.
My Instagram just got banned again. I don't know why.
Bro,
How did your
how
Instagram
are
get
you
banned?
getting banned?
It's quite annoying.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I know you mentioned more, but we'll talk about that later. You can actually zoom out a bit. It feels as if it's kind of jacking up the quality, even though we don't need it. We don't need the thing to suit. We don't need a high 4K def. Anyway, I usually like to give salutes, but before we even get into, I guess I'll read it first. Oh, it's so the beef that nobody really wanted or cares about. Body, how do you say her last name again? 'Cause I don't want to say the name that it sounds like, but it's not like
Althoff.
Althoff and Funny Marco. The beef of the online comedians. So, the latest story is Bobbi Althoff responds to Funny Marco canceling their tour. Says she opened up to him about having social anxiety. So before I even get into this, I don't know about y'all. If, as y'all recall, there were I forget where they were on the list respectively, but these were two individuals that were pretty high on the list of Complex's most influential or funniest online comedians of recent time. And while they are hardworking, successful in their endeavors, successful enough to be doing tours, whatever have you. All right, let me just be completely honest. I don't find any of these individuals, no pun intended, funny at all. This is maybe just not my style, but the type of humor that they're coming with, if anyone wanted me to consume a video, much less go on a little tour to see them, that just sounds outrageous. And usually I don't like to come out here and just slander people or say I don't like them, but I just wanted to give you all that just so y'all can know the type of interest that we're dealing with here. But maybe y'all feel differently. Anyway, so go back to the second to last clip or thing on the page. I gotta start from the beginning. Second to last, I think. Third to last, I think. So originally, Funny Marco came out and said he canceled his and Bobbi's comedy tour duo, and claimed that they just have two different styles of comedy. Bobbi was a bit stiff, and let's see what he has to say. I do like the brother's afro though. I like that. If that means anything.
I feel like everybody good. Let's be real. Like, I don't have shit bad to say about nobody. But when people pay their hard working money, I really, really care about that. So when I'm on stand-up tour and I'm selling out these tours and then me and Bobbi be able to come together and people are paying their money to come see us, I really want that to get better. I don't want it to be the same. I don't want to take nobody money if you can't get it again. Let me start there. Let me say that. If you can't get the money again, you don't need to be doing it twice. That's like with anything. With promo, if you're doing promo, don't be out here trying to scramble for money and take people hard work money to just do it and use your platform and then go about your day, because it's about like a relationship. A relationship is very, very important. So the fact that I feel like I did stand up before and I'm still doing it. So I understand I'm learning how to entertain a crowd. And it's not the same thing that you get on Instagram. This is real life where people are going to
Go to the last slide.
look and they want the energy and they want the feeling. And I feel like Bobbi was stiff a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hey man, let's really, really work on this. Like, and I paid script writers, like, let's really get him a show. And where she told me, that's not me. Bobbi was like, my comedy is me not talking a lot. And I'm like, shit, this is different. Like, you could do that on the podcast, but in real life, this is different. So her comedy was different from what she said, from what she wanted to bring to the show, which I can respect. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing about me getting mad, I'm not saying you're doing nothing wrong. I can't, but I just don't agree with it. I can feel like I don't agree with it. You feel me? The same way she probably don't agree with what I do. So you're not wrong for how you feel. But again, when people pay them tickets, and I just feel like, and I'm trying to put a production show together, and then you're not saying nothing, and I'm up there trying to talk, and I'm like, hey, Bobby, and you're just like this. It was just like, it was hurting me.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, so that's the brother's side of the story, as we always are. So it sounds like, he has his vision of what a comedy, stand-up comedy tour should look like. Of course, there should be a lot of vocals going on. Can there be a silent comedy tour? Has there been? I guess mimes are like silent. Anyway, it should be more talking and, funny and all that jazz. It seemed like he was saying Bobby was a little stiff, little what's another synonym for stiff? It was
The
static.
way she is in her actual interviews, like,
Yeah, to be honest, one could say this is really completely within her character.
What
Or
did
her
he
personality.
expect, bro?
Yeah, exactly. What do you expect type of thing. But let's hear their side of it. There's two sides of every story. Maybe they were trying, but he wasn't giving them a chance. So we gotta go all the way to the beginning now. Not all the way to the second to last.
By the way, why do they keep on zooming in and out in this video? I'm confused.
Because the cameraman's a stoner.
All right, Marco. I guess this is how we're doing this now. I saw your video.
God.
Not gonna lie, I was a little shocked. So here's my version of what happened. Last year, we were supposed to go on tour, and I backed out last minute because my husband had just left me. I just had surgery, and I was super nervous going into this because I was not prepared. And I text Marco, and I said, Marco, I'm so sorry to do this, but I am so depressed right now. I literally want to myself. He doesn't reply to me. And then he unfollows me. I woke up from surgery actually to him unfollowing me. And not only that, in the coming weeks, he would go on multiple podcasts and talk about how much he didn't fuck with my style of humor. Fast forward some time, I'm in Vegas doing an interview, and he bumps
Continue.
into me, and I'm like, oh, hey, stranger. He's like, let's go on tour again. I'm like, all right, fine, let's do it. Like, during this tour, I'm trying my best. Every time I'm telling him, like, Marco, he's like, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I'm like, Marco, I'm trying my best, but, like, it's hard for me to get out of my comfort zone of, like, I have social anxiety, like, debilitating social anxiety. That's why this whole thing of me, it's not fully a character. I actually am socially awkward. I'm socially awkward. It's embarrassing. I don't want to be, so I lean into it. And I am doing my best on this stage. Our last show, I try my best to get out of my comfort zone. I drink a little, and I thought it went so well. I was like, Marco, I did everything you said, and, like, I actually felt really good about it. I felt like I really got out of my comfort zone. I really felt good about it. And he's like, yeah, you killed it. It was great. Fast forward a couple more weeks, I hear from my team that he canceled it, and I'm like, what the hell? Marco canceled the show. Like, why? They're like, I don't know. So I'm, like, calling him.
And the last clip.
Calling him. Doesn't answer me. I'm like, okay, congratulations on the baby. Doesn't answer me. He just won't answer me. But then he's tagging me in posts of Taylor Swift dancing and being like, that's Bobbi. And I'm like, okay, at least we're still cool. Fast forward to today, and I get tagged in a video of Marco standing by a pool talking to everybody about why he canceled the tour. I don't know anything. Anyway, with all of that said,
That's it.
that's the last one, I guess.
Okay, so we heard both of these fine online comedians retelling of their experience with one another. And yeah, it seems like, really when I heard their story, it's not like somebody that got fired, but they didn't know they were going to get fired, and now they kind of are caught off by it. Yeah, I don't know. What do you make of this? What do y'all make of this beef? Is there somebody that's wrong or right in the situation? And really, what I really want to come on and ask you, does it feel like comedians these days are just softer than before? Am I tweaking or I don't know? What do you think about this, Ace?
I mean, from the sound of it, it sounds like the Marco dude here was wrong simply in not just addressing Bobbi Althoff straight to the face and telling her it's not going to work. Like, I don't know why he had to get on Instagram and do this.
If you were working with somebody, well, he went on this because people were asking him about it. But if you were working with somebody and they had recently proclaimed that they're going through this, my husband, surgery, social anxiety, you'd be cool hard telling them, hey, dog, you're fired.
As opposed to just blocking them, and especially if we have had an agreement that we were going to do something together, and then I'm just going to unfollow them on social media and stop talking to them. No, I'm gonna be honest about the situation and be like, this doesn't really seem like it's gonna work.
You never ghosted anybody?
Definitely, like, no, I don't ghost people.
I already know the answer to that. We're actually anti-ghosting around here. But sorry, continue.
So yeah, I think in that way, that was a wrong move, but I can 100% understand their. I mean, having not seen his comedy, I don't think being unfamiliar with it and just being familiar with Bobbi Althoff, like I could understand their styles not working together. I mean, especially just in general, like a dry, like you said, a dry type of delivery, or a delivery that doesn't have a lot of dialogue. Like, again, her interview style, if she's just bringing that type of energy straight to the stage, I can 100% see that not necessarily working with another comedian's delivery, like any other comedian. Basically, it just doesn't seem like it would work. Maybe it would work for her on her own tour, where that's exactly what people are expecting, maybe. But even then, I think it would be questionable how successful that would be at a live show. So yeah, like I can understand that the quote unquote like creative differences part of it, but yeah, I just think the way this was all communicated could have probably been better. And again, if he was getting asked about it, then it could have maybe been something where it was a joint, I don't know, some type of video that they did together to address it or something like that, where it's not her getting caught off guard, or at least giving her the heads up that he's going to talk about it. Like, uh, yeah, that I won't keep giving caveats, but that's my thoughts.
But what about all the butt hash he said about he just wants to make sure people get their money worth, and if you're paying for something, you want to make sure they get it to the highest degree, and he holds himself to a standard, and he wants to make people are good, and blah blah blah. What about all that?
Yeah, it's all blah blah blah. I mean, that's fine if you want to deliver that message, but again, you should have discussed this with the person who you were going into this deal with initially first.
Fair enough. Fair enough. How about yourself, Ghost? What do you think of this beef, this back and forth? Is there a wrong or right? Do you think comedians are a bit softer these days?
I'm kind of with Ace on his general take. I, I do think it's kind of. I don't know if I classify it as soft, because I think in the past, like, there's definitely been stories of comedians having beef with each other and all that. But
Man, you think Dave
just the
Chappelle would have acted like this? You think Eddie Murphy would have acted
well,
like this?
they Chappelle and definitely had beef with other comedians slash uh companies and all that, but definitely would not have went around or operated like this, which I think it's goofy ass videos just randomly like at a pool zooming in and out. Very bizarre, very strange. And the whole lion thing not communicating just comes off as bizarre. I don't know if it's enough to consider it soft, but I just think it's weird. Um, I don't know. I mean, I don't really care about assigning blame because I don't care about either of them. They seem like unfunny people, to be honest to me. I could be wrong, but it's like it, it's weird for him to like to go about it in this manner because even if he felt the way that he did, then like you should have known what you were getting. Like if you want to do a certain type of comedy, then
You
deal
definitely
with
should
another
know
type
it
of
was.
comedian. Like
Yeah.
why are you going with her very unique specific style that does not seem tailor made for live performances? So that's one thing. But on the flip side, like it's understandable that if he does feel that way, then he doesn't want to do the tour. And there's really, she could say that she's doing what she can to acquiesce to his request, but if it's not authentic and it's not funny, which is the whole point, even if you're doing what he asked you to, then yeah, this is not going to go anywhere. So I think she should have kind of been aware of that. But as far as who's in the right, who's in the wrong, I'm never going to see any of them or either of them either way.
Going to see
So
A Bobby Adolf show. Oof. Holy.
could you imagine?
But I think you guys are kind of dismissing, like giving people the what it's like to give people bad news, especially when they're already going through something. Like I don't like obviously, and we don't really even know the factual story behind the story, but there's no reason to assume she's lying, outright lying. But yeah, if somebody's going through something, and they did have some communication of like, hey, do this and like do this, like, hey, work on this. So what if in Funny Marco's mind, he gave them the correction, the course of correction that the vision how he wants the stories to go. They didn't acquiesce, so it's like, all right, so I'm just gonna move on with this and be done with this person.
So you ghost and you don't uh, clarify anything. She texts you. This is go if what she's saying is correct. She texts you and you just literally don't respond at all. That is not the
Yeah, I can't co-sign that at all. I
correct
can't
way to
even.
go about it.
I can't even play white devil's advocate and try to co-sign that. Yeah, you always got to communicate, even if it's a kind of like an unfortunate situation, even if it's gonna cause potentially a person to be sad or whatever the case may be. Honesty is always you just communicate. Like you're always gonna be more of the bad guy if you don't communicate and you ghost and you leave people guessing why, opposed to if you just have a complete honest and direct conversation. Like that's really the moral of the story. There's no really ifs, ands, or buts about it. Salute to all the people that enjoy these folks enough to want to go see their show. That's what I'm saluting.
That was great for him.
It was interesting though that like I've never heard Bobbi Althoff talk about having social anxiety. I haven't. I've always been curious if it was like just purely 100% a stick or like a shtick or a character, but leaning into the social anxiety, that is it's interesting. Like it does provide more context for interviews, even if it's still difficult to watch. It makes more sense.
Yeah, and actually, as much as I give them flack for their style of content and those interviews that they put out, I could see them actually in like an acting role. Like I can imagine them being like a character, like, well, they would have been like a character on like The Office, like
Right,
that,
right, right.
like that character type of they do have, they are a bit more socially awkward and they don't really like to talk, but they can still they still have their level of humor, and I think a writer could fit them into a story like or a show like a sitcom like that, Community, Parks and Rec type
Yeah,
deal.
like it is similar to like a Aubrey Plaza
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, actually, in that sense, salute to them. If you ever listen to this, I think you should go in that direction. And funny Marco, think about just being Marco for right now. Anyway, unless there's anything else, we can move on to the next topic. All right, everybody, put on your critics' ears. We got some. I probably should wait till you pull it up.
I'm ready to hate.
It's only 3 minutes. What is this? The short ones? Okay.
Thank goodness.
So before we even get into this, just as a reminder, so annually, still got to give some level of salute to XXL. Even though magazines and and these type of platforms aren't sorry, you won't fucking kind of mess up thing. Disregard the visuals right now. You still know who we are. Salute to XXL, even though magazine platforms and these type of companies have gotten a little became a bit more relevant in previous years, or in recent years, I should say. One thing that they have continued to remain relevant is the XXL freshman list. People far and wide gather around to see who is going to be the next generation of young rappers, young artists, young hip hop folks. And, some of these folks do go on to become like incredibly influential. We also have to remember at some point in time, Kendrick was a XXL freshman. And some of them, especially in recent years, do go by the wayside. But we here on the B1 and B Phil podcast, as long as we have microphones, we're gonna, and even no matter how bad it may be, we're going to give these young brothers and young sisters, we say young, but some of these brothers are older than us, a fair shake, a fair shot, because we're consumers of music, and we gotta stay hip to what's being delivered. So, just in case you're not familiar, in this particular cipher is only going to be 3 of them. It looks like. Isn't there 10 of them? So the next one we're gonna have 7 rappers. Anyway, all the folks on this list of 2024 are Maya the Don, who's in this one, Big X the Plug, who's in this one, Honcho, Skilla Baby, Cash Cobain, the Mexican OT, Rich Amari, Boss Man D-Lo, who's in this one, Four Bats, and Scarlet. And if anyone cares, actually, I guess you should care, because I think the producer is always one that makes the beat for the ciphers. The producer for this year was Southside. So, with all that being said, let's hear what these new spitters, what these young freshmen have to say. Pena, come on, get hype. Let's be critical, but let's be positive at the same time. I don't want no just hate for the sake of hating just because it's new. Let's see what they got to say.
Hey, let's go. You know I rip 6 double O. A bitch nigga reach for my chain and this bitch on my soul. Then that boy gotta go. The baddest of bitches be on me and all of my niggas. Soon as we hit the door, she really was selling them right till I started progressing and saving life. See, really, I'm kind of the biggest. They call me Big X. Baby, if you didn't know, he named a top 5 in the city and don't mention me. Then he play with his nose. These niggas get caught in these gyms and go sit in that cell and can't stick to the code. Nigga, you pussy. I heard that you froze your partner. Red, y'all know to be told.
Wait, pause it? Yeah, I forgot. Stop. Forgot to mention, we do like to take this one by one.
We're doing this one by.
Yes.
I think we probably should just do it all 3 at the same time.
No, we need to take it step by step. We can have a end of the cipher review, but we gotta take it step by step. And also, we don't want to let the video play copyright and all that jazz. Anyway, so that was. Who was that? I thought that was Boss Man D-Lo. Who was that?
That was
Big X the Plug.
Big X the Plug, yes. So his name is very much indicative of his look and his style of rapping. he that's the big boy rap style if I've ever heard it. You can I could close my eyes and I know his weight is definitely punching around, clocking around 300 plus.
Dog,
Um,
that shit ain't relevant.
what do you mean? But yes, aside from his diet, what do you think, Ace?
It was actually a pretty good verse. It wasn't bad.
What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Come on, give it up.
I mean, his flow was on point. His rhymes were on point. Like everything was just on point. It wasn't bad. I couldn't. I mean, I could understand everything he was saying. Um, that was just a
Most
solid
old head
verse.
take of all time.
Okay, fair enough. Sound like it was standard, maybe above average for you. What about you, Ghost?
Yeah,
What do you
above average for the double XL so far.
you do kind of get a little bit of grace when you're the first one because you typically are judged based off your class. What do you think, Ghost? What do you think of BX Plug?
I was already familiar with him before this. I actually listened to one of his albums and a few of his tracks. This is pretty much what I've come to expect from him. This verse in particular is kind of basic, but I like that Southern rapper style. Like his flows generally is pretty decent, so it was nothing to write home about, but definitely not bad and relative to a lot of the other XXL freshman ciphers we've heard in the past. This is probably in the upper echelon.
Wow, okay. Sound like you would give the thumbs
That's-
up as well.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you have some familiarity with them, so that kind of always gives somebody a little bit of help. Even though I have familiarity with one of the people that are on this list, that makes me not like them. But we'll get to that. Yeah, and as for me, yeah, you summed it up really well, Ghost. That's definitely you can hear the southern flow, which fits them. You can hear that big boy flow, which hey man, it's a style, whether you like it or not. Yeah, I think that was actually a really good start on double XO's part because I think that's a good intro. It's not the top tier rapping, but it's not awful. I think that was actually a really good first start to here. Brother, definitely gotta take it. Brother, definitely gotta start doing some cardio if he's gonna want to be on the road.
Man,
But that's neither
we
here nor
ain't
there.
out here just fat shaming out of nowhere.
I don't strive to fat shame. I'm trying to give the brother some criticism. Anyway, feedback. Anyway, let's continue. We're gonna go all night. This is Boss Man D-Lo.
Come here, baby. You so goddamn fine. What's your number? I've been beating up the road. I got scars on my knuckle. Cheat chasing, highway speed racing, doing a Honda. I'm in traffic, driving fucking G-Wagon like a Honda. Niggas hate cause they ain't nuts. Fuck them niggas, I'm rich as fuck. You looking for me, I'm cooking up. Where it's at, I'm pushing up. Money good, trout swinging. I'm beating the pot up like I'm angry. I can run it up with no angle. I got chicken like Bojangle. I got chicken like Zaxby, nigga. Want some? Get at me, nigga. I'm Mr. Beat the fucking road. I'm Mr. Fuck up traffic, nigga. I'm on a jet, drinking champagne with no ice, nigga. Huh. I got too much dog shit on me, run a light, nigga. Huh. Fuck the lanes, you look better with a boss, baby. Huh. I buy you car hard, let me nail you to the cross, baby. Huh. You look good in that dress, but take it off, baby.
I have heard this dude.
Jesus Christ.
Pause it.
I'm gonna go back and retroactively upgrade Big Gets the Plug in my mind. Cause I forgot how dog shit these I know they were bad, but I forgot how dog shit the other ciphers usually are. So yeah. That's probably gonna be the best we're getting this year. So I'm gonna gas it up a little more because my God, this dude fucking shit. And I do recognize this dude. I have heard his stuff before, and it's dog shit. He sucks.
Okay. Suffice to say, we know exactly how you feel about it. That is a resounding thumbs down. How about you, Ace? What do you think of Bossman D-Lo in his cipher?
Yeah, it was absolutely awful. I will say that I am
Come on,
slightly,
y'all, you didn't like the little
or I would
I got chicken like on Bojangles line or whatever he
no,
said.
um, no, I didn't like most of the things he said. I'm slightly like less inclined to like Southern rappers as well, and that definitely didn't help him here. Just the like almost 100% Southern slang and um I don't know, refusal to speak in a way where I could understand some of the things he was saying. Um was god awful. I think he even and with his rhymes, like I think there was words he left out because he didn't have one. Like, aren't these written? How does he not have a word? Just really bad. It was all bad.
Oof. Well, we're here to be brutally honest. Yeah, obviously that wasn't good. Let's just we don't even have to spend too much time on that. Um, Unfortunately, it doesn't really seem like there's much room for improvement. It seems like this is that brother's style, so that's what you're really gonna get every time you press play on this brother's music. Um, yeah, I think I think if they ever do pop off, it'll because of somebody hop on a feature, and it became a banger, and or they become famous for other stuff. It seemed like he's in the business of doing some dangerous activities, judging by the way he literally said, "Got dog food on me," running red lights. Yeah, which I don't hope on anybody. Hopefully, once you start getting some level of fame, get rid of all illegal activity in your vicinity. But yeah, in terms of relevancy, I think that's where it's gonna cap out at, my friend. Okay, who's next? Maya the Dawn. Let's hear what they got to say.
Yeah, huh? Bitches trying to count me out, and that shit ain't adding up, huh? It's a fifth cipher I smoked this year, I still ain't passed the blunt, huh? Ever since I hit the scene, I got all these bitches gagged. 101 custom jeans, couple beans to pop a tag. She keep dropping all this music, someone tell her that it's whack. All the streams of income, I feel like I'm copping that. 100 racks in my bag, 100 pounds on my neck. I just left the Louis store, and there ain't no Louis left. My closet got more owls than sacks, that shit look like the outlet. My dress still smelling like the model, this fit ain't even out yet. I've been killing all you hoes, little bitch, I'm still the baddest. I should claim you on my sons, I'ma claim you on my taxes. I put belt the ass and pen the pad, but on next these bitches mad. She asks where her nigga at, she can't get her nigga back. Bitch, I'm bigger than the state, what a Spurs play. She a bum, why would she wear that on her birthday? I'm at gala for the function on a Thursday. Bum bitch contest, you in first place. Been on the big Don, I'm a bad bitch with a bankroll. Bad and bougie, I've been the type to go stink face on a stink hole. Johnny Dang doing home deliveries, niggas got me snowed in. Vacay wins clear water and white sand, I put my toes in. Touch the mill at 21, fuck I look like being humble. I put more on the ring than a fucking Royal Rumble. Oh yeah.
The females continue to rap the best.
Really? You think that was the best out of this group?
No, I wouldn't say the best, but consistently better than the males in my opinion.
Okay. What do you think of the?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. She had multiple flows. I will say as a critique, she sounded she sounded like she was in some ways struggling to keep up, but at the same time she would immediately fall back in the pocket. So I couldn't necessarily use that as a critique as a whole. But yeah, her flow, her delivery, like confidence, it was all there. Even some of the wordplay, like it was very solid, a solid verse.
Okay, so you sound like you were giving them thumbs up. How about you, Ghost? How are you feeling about Maya Dawn's bars?
I was pretty decent. I mean, kind of kept it basic bars wise, nothing egregiously bad, nothing to write home about. that Texas bar was interesting, but I think that she's someone. It was definitely decent. She is someone I could tell would benefit from a studio session versus live because her breath control was really bad, and that's
Right.
something that could get cleaned up in the studio. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, way better than Boss Man D-Lo. He's dog shit.
Nice. Like double thumbs up. And I like how you guys are being pretty positive because now I can come on here and be a bit more critical. No. That's the problem is. Well, again, we think of it in terms of double XL freshman ciphers, and especially their class. This person's not delivering anything unique or anything worth giving a second play. Like I give them some credit. They have their voice. It sounds like a grown woman voice, which that does give them some credit. But these bars aren't, if they're reflective of their style, that's not like, we don't want to hear more of that. We want to hear something unique. So
all right, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Of any artist, any other artists are gonna listen tonight, and what we've heard so far, what is unique, and what do you want to hear more of? That's what you don't have to answer this now.
What is unique?
You're saying that she's not unique, so I just want to know what sound you do think are you gonna find that are unique.
Well,
and that you'll want to hear more of.
I'm here to go into it with the open mind. When the first turned on, I wasn't expecting them to be the same old. The fact that they were so same old is why I'm having this level of displeasure about it. And yeah, I 100% on what you guys were saying. Their breath control needs a lot of work. And yes, you can always rely on the engineer to clean it up. What they need to do to clean it up, similar to Big X to Plug, cardio, dieting. That's what the doctor is prescribing to you guys. It's absolutely unacceptable to be in this type of field, and it's not like they couldn't do a larger than 10-minute set. Probably 6-minute sets when they're gonna start.
Biggie wasn't just as big.
And you know what's crazy?
Big Pun, Fat Joe.
And let's be clear. Big Pun died because Big Pun died partially because of the weight. And for Biggie, he's kind of like an anomaly. Or actually, Twister used to be big as well. He's kind of an anomaly where he was able to have so much great control to where it either helped him or whatever the case may be. But for a lot of, if you're a bigger person, talking well and talking fast and being able to rap well, it's just not gonna work out for you. Which is apparent in this in the system.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike is not big.
Killer Mike is pretty big. But anyway, I think I would check for her again. I probably wouldn't actually like the actual album, but I do usually end up checking for the female artists after we do the.
Yeah, once it comes to the end of the year music review, we definitely all try to make sure we double back on some of these artists. Try to make sure we get to their music to see if it developed or what they ended up putting out following the ciphers. But that's the first 3. Let's continue on. We got 7 more to go. Is there really 10 of them this year, or am I miscounting? Might be 11 actually. So maybe it's not all of them, which would suck. Anyway, here we got. Oh, let's just play it. So first up, we got Mexican OT.
Stop calling me the number one Latino rapper, bitch, because I'm shitting on the blacks and whites, it's not just Mexicans. OT, you made the double XL list, I'm screaming, fuck that shit. You could catch me sipping on some medicine what Texas is. Come to Texas, you see shit you never seen, like what is swinging, bitch. I'm in the slab inside the country, slow loud and I'm banging. I'm from BK with they house, we drag nuts and leave them hanging. I'm pimping hoes and slanging balls, little bitch, better have my payment player made. I just came, and yo bitches came with me, great digger. I'm a wig splitter, keep that thing with me, blue gun. Clip look like a see it's gang banging with me. Call y'all bitch, tell her come over, she gon' choo-choo train with me. Got a homie looking like the children of corn. We gon' hit a drop out, we gon' slide on the phone. If they don't let me in, I'ma kick in the door. Pop, 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 hit him up with full tray. Him in the con, we geeking. Got a halo, but I'm in the demon. Don't be a hero, cause like Sub-Zero. I push up on your block and I freeze it. Diamonds in my mouth, I hope we be cheesing. Ballin' hard going in for no reason. I gotta tell my people that the weekend to be okay. We taking over the season. Anybody say they got a problem, hit it with the apple. Papa, I put it on mama, I'm bringing the drama. Mama look butter like I was Osama. I'm Terminator, bitch, I walk with a chopper.
Pause. I'll go first this time if y'all don't mind. Going back to uniqueness. Mexican, Southern bars. Sound like it's actually not that. All right, sorry. I don't want to downplay the skill here. This is getting a thumbs up for me. I'm checking for it. Obviously, the name's a bit on the nose, but when you're at that level, that's good. That's a story I need to know. How did you get from a young Mexican brother to that Mexican OT? That's what I want to know. What do you think, Ghost?
Meh. I've heard him a little as well before too. He had a couple collab tracks with Big X the Plug. It's alright. I just not a fan of his general style. It's not bad, but
well, let's be clear. We're not here to talk about the artist as a whole. We're here to talk about these ciphers. To be clear.
yeah, I mean the artist in general this is ciphers reflective of this stuff. So if we're talking about the ciphers specifically, then yeah, again, nothing to write home about for me. Like again, it wasn't bad. Flows were pretty decent, but I wasn't blown away.
It's like in the middle of the road then. Not necessarily bad, but not necessarily great either. What about you, Ace? What do you think of this, brother?
I would put it or slightly above Big X the Plug. This was a very solid performance, and he had more dynamicism in terms of his flows. I also agree with the uniqueness aspect. It was a very like, you don't necessarily put these things together like a Mexican Southern rapper, even though it doesn't necessarily seem like it should be unique. You kind of think, well, why isn't this more common? But it does come off as unique, so that gives him some points too. Yeah. In general, these people are like working at a disadvantage because I'm more likely to dislike them. So when they impress me, or when they catch my attention, like it gives them more points.
Yeah, it makes you a bit more memorable. And that's
Yeah.
in this environment, where being a newer artist, it's easy to forget them unless they do something memorable. That gives you some points. Okay, next we got Scarlet. Let's hear it, sister.
Yo, since Nike, Cortez, and Capri's, I've been a big body. Scar hair, this the last dance. Ain't no tick-tocky, real cocky. When pussy gets around, it gets Chris Rocky. Took so many dicks up in the ass, now that bitch cocky. Show no emotions, growing up we had to fight tears. Bloodshed, tears shed for anyone who might care. Can't stop, won't stop, the finish line is right there. Creep up in their dreams, pin game, give them nightmares. I don't dick ride, bitch, I ride dick. Mob shit put place and skip states like I'm John Wick. The Glock is a molester. Touching niggas without consent. And my fist is a compressor. Metal stone to leave an axe, how I ain't flavor with these hoes. I don't punch that way. Fucking for bands and catching AIDS. I ain't cut that way. With your cheap ass. Should throw a bunch of donuts at your sweet ass. This the type to blow you off the globe and make you relapse. Me and Tim dunking on your bitches like a relapse. Tell them kiss the ass inside my hole in case they youngest trapping off the Android. Claiming that they fair one, they'll air one. Nigga, that's the same song that Sam sung, but now he missing. Probably swimming with shit that I could do. I'm stopping you. Even Kim know it's possible. I move weight, snatch place like a smooth shake, make toothaches. When I move cake, then I vacate with a dick that I ride D on. Better than Celine, fuck you mean? I turn a nigga crispy for the cream. Nigga, just keep it a Fendi with me, just keep it a B. Keep it P, I'm the first thing that John has ever seen. Ah!
Pause. Ace, what do you think of Scarlet?
Continues the trend. It's very good performance by another female rapper. She had, I don't know, her stuff, like her bars in particular, I think made me want to go back and re-listen and try to see if there's anything I missed, because she said some stuff that was like impressive to me, or like yeah, stuff that I would go back to. So yeah, I put this, I would put this probably at the, I might put this at the top right now.
Nice. Between that and any artist that you would actually go back and check out, that's a thumb up 5 right there. How about you, Ghost? What do we think of Scarlet, that cipher?
Pretty good. A little better at the beginning than the end, but I like the aggression and the fire she came with. Bar wise, some good ones, some suspect ones, but I can't say I would necessarily check for her. I want to hear some more stuff, some of her stuff before this, but it was pretty good. I put it top 3 for what we've heard so far, I could say.
Okay, that sounds like a thumbs up. I don't know. The only thing that confused me, I don't know. You said you would not check for her, but then you said I have to hear more stuff. That one.
Maybe, if this is all I
heard wrong
and nothing else, and I wouldn't be inclined too much to check, but I'm willing to give her a shot and see what else she puts out.
Isn't that the definition of checking for somebody when you actually give them?
When I say checking for someone, I mean I'm going to listen to their full albums.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I also have some love familiarity with Scarlet, and honestly that, I don't know if that's for better or for worse, everything, but it did give me a low expectation of how their cipher would be. And yeah, this was definitely excellent, and it covers a lot of the things that I think these you should have when you go on these ciphers. Obviously, one of the big things being unique, standing out. Obviously, being able to deliver some bars that do, hit. Maybe not full on KO punch you, but it definitely hits. Which they covered. One of the only, two of the things that stick out. One of them is out of control. One thing, like a lot of these artists, not a lot of these artists, some of the artists, breath control, definitely got to work on that. Get that cardio going, get that diet on check, put down some of that liquor. And it, even though it was, I don't think anyone would say this is quote unquote bad. I do think this is one example where the beat doesn't, because these artists are from all over the nation, the beat is not their best beat. They're obviously way more in the ballpark of a New York artist, so you really need something a bit more Deluxe, a bit more Alchemist, a bit more Mobb Deep to riff for them to really hit home. Griselda, stuff like that. But this was obviously still really good. That was a good showing. And obviously, I don't know, this is another thing, I don't know if it's better or worse. I guess them being a female allows them to say some of the bars that they were saying. But that's either there. If I were them, I would, although you can't because you're a New York artist and you're super gritty, but I would stay away from some of those stuff about non-consensual bars. But hey, man, you do how you do. Anyway, let's see who's next. Skilla Baby.
Fuck with Southside, cause I know you got my back. I'm the richest young nigga doing this shit without a plaque. Pushing records out the studio, I treat it like my trap. Henry from BMF ain't doing shit without my strap. I'm a self-made millionaire, nobody put me on. I ain't trying to make no friends in this shit, nigga, I'm grown. I ain't standing in no nigga entourage to do a song. 5 jail calls a day, I don't like talking on the phone, nigga. Neck froze, nigga. All my bitches cold, nigga. All my hoes come with French tips or white toes, nigga. The studio was made for me, my money long, nigga. Hustle strong, I got money older than the old nigga. Boss man from the D, man, low key, this shit just hit me. I'm leaving the club, I'm trying to euro on these bitches trying to get in with me. Nigga, I'm a jaywalker. What that mean, a walking ticket? Any nigga ever went against this shit, them niggas finished.
Okay. Ghost, how are we feeling about Skill Baby?
Super basic verse. Almost put me to sleep.
Jesus.
Literally nothing memorable. It wasn't awful, but again, nothing memorable at all. So I'm not looking to listen to anything else he puts out.
Yeah, that sounds like a thumbs down. How about you, Ace? How you feeling it? Skill Baby, Cypher.
I agree as well. I was reminded of like a high school talent show type.
Damn it, man.
I just very, very basic. The Jaywalker thing was pretty clever. That was probably the only clever thing he said. Also the only interesting thing he said, and he delivered it poorly. So yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, I think there's kind of a consensus here. I do kind of give some salute to them. Obviously, they have been on records that I have actually like. They work with T Grizzly. So I give them salute for that. But as far as this cipher, I don't think it would pull people in really. Yeah, I think that's unfortunately just their style. It is kind of more basic. I can kind of give them a little bit of bail. It's not enough to say, but a little bit of bail. I think Detroit or Midwest artists do need a certain type of beat as well to really, really shine. But at the same time, they weren't off. The way they were kind of going with the beat, it sounded like they intentionally would kind of work with it. It just wasn't the best beat for them, their style. But as far as Decipher, yeah, this wasn't a great showing, unfortunately. Let's continue. Cash Cobain.
Oh God.
Okay, Slizzy, all I rap about is fucking. Cuz on my bitches, they bustin'. Okay, walk inside the club with that shit tucked in. Okay, it costs about $1 for me to go clubbing. Okay, fast bars, fast cars, and my budget. Oh, and I'll still be on the block. Bitches love it. I am not trying to discuss it. Ain't about the money, then fuck it. But old teachers are cut it. All my bitches be studying. These niggas wanna be your friends. I am not trying to be buddy. Top 5 says you're nothing. Not my says you bugging.
Wow. Wow.
Nah, that's that's on the all-time Hall of Shame, right up there with right there with XXX. Who was the? Oh my God, was it Lil Pump? I think was he on it? He was bad. Nah, that was dreadful. That was so bad. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Damn.
Damn, that might have. You know what? No, I'll say that was fitting for if he's gonna do another collab with J. Cole. That's fitting for a grippy level feature.
I guess I'll just give you that thumbs down and keep it pushing, Ghost. What about you, Ace? I think we already know what we're all feeling, but is there anything else worse that you have to say about this?
Nope.
Anything
Absolutely
positive?
no positives. No positives. All negatives. Just terrible. Like baffling how he made the lists. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, that was like it's just bad on maybe every aspect. Like they are not putting any level of enthusiasm or like passion behind it. The bars literally sound like a fifth grader of that. That's the like
Yes, that's
like
what I was thinking.
the age of what I'm is like it seems super young. Obviously we can try to give them the bail of this is artists that are more inclined to make more melodic. I'm gonna use auto tune and make records like that, but you're doing a cipher, so you have to do a showing out, and this showing out was just dreadful. I don't really understand how he got to the point where he's at in making the music with people like J. Cole, but We're not here to shit on people's actually careers. We're just saying that these.
No. We're here to shit on this. How the hell is he getting J. Cole features? He's so, you know what? I think I'm not as mad as J. Cole for that Grippy feature anymore, because he's so bad that he must have dragged J. Cole down to his level. I don't know how else to explain this. Like, it doesn't make sense. What has he shown in his entire career that's worthy of him even being included on this list?
Yeah, I absolutely can't even fathom. I mean, he made it on this list because of his popularity, and like, there would have been a bunch of people saying, how didn't Cash Cobain make the list? I can give him that. It's just the skill level has just shown to be like really, really bleak, and like I don't really think I don't see where the talent level can come in. It's really, really not good, and I don't think there's any more to say about that. He better hold on to.
I do have to.
Whatever money he made on that J. Cole feature, he better hold on to it.
I do have to say, or I just remembered that people vote for, like, you can vote for XXL Freshmen. So there is the aspect of, well, if enough people like them, the votes will do the job too. So I can't put it all on Complex.
I think that's only for one spot though. I think Complex, Double XL decides for the most part. I think that's only like the last spot that they let the fans pick.
Well, never mind. Makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, I can't really rack my brain around it, but we got more artists to listen to, so maybe we'll get some people that can redeem this. Next, we got Laybanks.
Yeah. Since I got my weight up, I've been feeling heavy. 19, but I'm my own boss, so I'ma hold it steady. Never been the type to glow the boast, but I could do the most. I'm the youngest turn, no, I ain't older, but I'm overhoes. My music dope, they overdose. Giving what's needed, what bitches don't do. I'm so conceited, like what I don't do. Made a few milli just off of Pro Tools. I don't need makeup to post on socials. Bitches ain't seeing me, fuck my vocals. Differences with me, I never been dependent. Never need a nigga to do shit, these hoes be codependent. Hate it when I say these niggas give me the ick, ain't understand it. But if I said it, then I fucking meant it. No corrections, Steady bursting bubbles and bruising egos. Just being me though, my body Tito and bitches Cheeto. Lot of shit you seen these bitches doing, yeah, I started it. Party music, no, I ain't created. I was part of it, the evolution. All the shit these hoes doing, yeah, I was first to do it. But I ain't tripping, stay original. Manifested everything I got, this moment biblical. I work for it, yeah, I said I manifested everything I got, this moment biblical. I work for it, yeah, big bangs.
Okay, how are we feeling about Laybanks? Ace?
Another great one. I mean, why do I feel like they got the each woman rapper impressed me more? I really like that verse. It was just very solid, very controlled. A lot of good bars. Like, can't knock it.
Okay, thumbs up. What about you guys? What do you think of Laybanks, that cipher?
I thought that this verse, the cipher in particular, was not good. However, I don't think the beat was good for her. I mean, she wasn't on beat, but besides that, I think she would have been a lot better on a beat more suited for her. And like the delivery, the cadence, I did see potential in that. So even though I didn't like this cipher, she's not someone that I would like rule out from putting out good music in the future.
Okay, so it sounds like unfortunately does get the thumbs down for you. Yeah, no, I agree with Ace. Like, not only is like this. Sorry, I was gonna say something like a sexist. No, this is really good. Like, male, female. This artist really delivers something that is akin to hip hop and rapping. Sorry. And I'm actually curious to know what the sister's influences are, because it kind of sounds like they might be a fan of some like some true rap legends. I can kind of slightly hear. I don't think I can put any specific name to it, but there's a healthy amount of influence, especially if they're this that young. Then that's super impressive. Yeah, like I mentioned, the beat doesn't necessarily probably match holistically their style, but they were still able to do well on it, perform well. Yeah, I think this is probably one, if not like maybe double XL heard this and say we're gonna save this for the best for last. I think that was a great closing out. I think they performed really well. I would be really curious to know what a project from them sounds like. And that seems like it is it. Yeah. Which makes me suspect at the time of recording.
Yo, what?
The
Yeah,
last
we're gonna
one.
get them all.
At the time of recording, this cipher was posted 10 days ago, and then the one before it was posted 12 days ago. So they came out like 2 days apart. So that doesn't make me feel as if there's more coming, which means we didn't get a cipher from Four Bats, Honcho. I guess just those two. Oh no, Rich and Mary.
I guess they and there's been ones in the past, artists in the past that just haven't shown up. So maybe
Yeah. Obviously, we do like to do them all at one time, but if they do drop this cipher, because this could be for whatever reason. Maybe they plan to do it, but some got delayed, some got pushed back. Obviously, there's a million and one reasons why our artists can't show up to do a cipher, but maybe they plan to do it at some point in time. So if they do end up doing the cipher, we'll revisit this. It'll just be those three, so it wouldn't be a big deal to listen to. But yeah, it's unfortunate that they don't have everything out automatically right now. But in general, let's focus on what we have heard. Obviously, we heard most of them, so we have an idea of what this year's freshman list sound like. So, having heard all of it now, what is your general thoughts on this year's group, Ace? Do you think it's a overall, like, what's the average for this class looking like? What would you grade this year in general? What's your thoughts?
I would give this year a damn. It's
I
actually
get
pretty
if
good.
if you need any refreshers, 1, 2, 3, 4. You gave most of them. Actually, no, it's half and half basically.
Thumbs up. Oh.
Yeah, it's majority thumbs. It's majority thumbs up.
Yeah, I give it a B minus. I'm gonna give this year a B minus. I'm gonna give it a B minus. It would be much the bad performers really brought down the average. It would be an A if they did well. If they at least did okay, actually. But yeah, no, this was actually a pretty decent year overall, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Nice. Nothing better than when we have to sift through something that's typically not that great, but we do find some pretty decent results in it. How about you, Ghost? How are you feeling about the class in general now that we heard everything? You were fairly mixed as well. There seemed like 3 thumbs up, 4 thumbs down, and one wasn't that great. Or one was just kind of midway. Not that bad, not that great.
Well, it's tough to judge if we're rating this relative to other years or just independent.
Yeah, I guess now you can kind of look at it of your memory of other years as a whole.
Dog, last year was like the worst. I think that was the year with Coil Ray. Bro, that year was so dog. It was like
I guess just for
beans.
I guess for the audience reference. Yeah, Google 2023 list Ace. That's also what we should incorporate the previous years, so we have a reference.
No way.
But you can keep going while we're talking.
Oh, I thought he was Googling.
Wait, just what's your thoughts on this year? But once he pulls it up, we can talk about last year.
I don't know. I mean,
actually, go back. It was on the page right there.
This year wasn't anything to write home about, but it wasn't garbage. So
Oh my god.
Give it
Did am I remembering correctly that Friday with Two Eyes had a startlingly strange performance?
I don't
remember any of these. I remember both dog shit. I don't think Central C showed.
If you guys remember, I kind of want to ask you to pull it up. Don't y'all
I think
remember?
Too Rare was.
Don't y'all remember how he's a singer and it kind of, oof, it was like the first note he hit was really really like shocking. Y'all remember that?
Bro,
It's
I purged
kinda
all
coming
these
back
out of
to
my
me,
head
but-
after the first listen.
Pull it up. Maybe
This is
it'll-
all gone.
Pull it up. Maybe it'll make you appreciate this list more. So I guess you'd have to go back to Tube and 2023 XXL Cypher. Because if I'm remembering correctly, it was really, really.
Rare must be
Oh,
stopped.
they're not at the top.
Is that first one Friday or the second one? Oh, okay, it's the second one. Go to that second one.
Title is fucking hilarious.
This is just hilarious.
If I remember correctly, this was like this was like my last. Like I didn't give Friday any more chances after this.
Whatever has that's probably Friday. Whatever has the most replays.
Nah, and the most is at the top. Wait, who?
I think
What order
everyone
is
stopped
it showing?
listening. I guess
It shows
I
him
think-
as third. Yeah.
I think it was closer. Okay, so go back. Wasn't that just him?
Wait, that's Lola. Okay, Lola closed it out. So is this him?
Yeah, that's him. So go.
The white?
Yeah. So keep going.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I'm telling you, if I remember correctly, this is gonna be really bad.
I think Too Rare was worse. I would have listened to his again too.
They wasn't with me. Back when I was driving in my 03.
Okay, it wasn't
Sitting
that
on
bad.
that bench, they wouldn't play me.
I remember he said something. He had something really suspect in this, but it wasn't that bad. It might have been he had a no, but okay.
Yo, that first no! Oh my god! I
It was
forgot.
just the warbly.
It wasn't with me. Oh my god! I forgot.
I feel like we laugh.
Yo,
We gotta go back and watch this.
pull up the Too Rare one too, because I'm pretty sure that might have been even worse. Yo.
Too Rare.
Oh my.
So that's be the first.
So
one.
rare, so rare, so rare. Oh no! Is it Too Rare or So Rare?
It's
Oh
two.
yeah, it's Too
What
Rare.
is two?
He wasn't with me.
Yeah. Yo, they need timestamps on this double.
Yeah,
XL.
yo.
We even
Yeah,
we-
actually, does somebody got the timestamps here? What the heck?
No,
we have
They don't
time.
even bother. The comments
we
don't
have-
even bother.
Even we have timestamps on our joint. It's not him.
Who's this first guy?
You might have been at
It's-
the end because that.
It's not him. Oh,
Spike in view.
wait, wasn't that
Oh,
brother?
I think I hated that.
Wasn't the brother in
Yeah,
the red
he was red.
really, really awful?
Yeah, I remember
Yo,
him being really bad.
It's not DC.
I think he's the one we might have been thinking of.
him. Yeah, go back.
Yeah.
No, he's just dancing there. That wasn't he. Wasn't
Oh, okay.
She was unique. That's him.
Yeah, this dude.
Who was
Word.
who was this brother? Oh, it's Too Rare. Oh yeah, so yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
I can't even. We get it. Like I can't even let this
Yo.
play. Like
Oh,
I'm very glad
Lord.
some of these people's names just are out of the lexicon of the public consciousness. Like where is he? He's
Yo.
non-existent. Like, oh my gosh,
Yo.
dude. Why?
Sorry.
It wasn't with me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I mean, just to give you a reference, obviously we didn't go back and listen to everyone. That was last year's. So yeah,
Damn, that's not fair. We played. I'm gonna bump my. It's gonna bump my grade up.
Goodness.
I'll give us this year. I was gonna give it something bad. And this year gets a C plus.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, for me, I think actually most of them I didn't like. But the ones I did like are really, I think really stand out. Like the Mexican RT, Scarlet, the last sister. So I think there was a lot of. I think the ones that I do like are going to go on, and I'm not gonna forget them. Some of these people will absolutely be forgotten. Bossman, D-Lo, Cash Code. The problem is I won't forget Cash Cobain because of the Cole shit. And I'm be honest, just before the verse started, I almost like switched my brain to be like, okay, maybe the Cole record was a fluke flop, and maybe he actually is talented, but he performed even worse than I imagined. So yeah, the ones that were bad were really not good, and I know I'm gonna forget them. Except the ones that accept something that's so bad that I remember it. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of rocking more so with you go. So I think the C minus, like low C, like it's like it's saved by the good ones, but if it wasn't for those good ones, it would be a flunk. But yeah, that is this year's XXL Freshman Cyphers. You know, an annual little review that we do, and so to XXL again. They do provide something that is so culturally relevant. What's crazy though? I don't know if this is gonna work for your search, but search XXL Freshman list, or XXL Cypher 2024 on YouTube. Let me see if this is. Let me just do a quick little experiment. Look at the first thing that comes up. Look at the first thing that comes up.
Yeah. Yo, I listened to this AMP. This was better than the Freshman.
Yeah, I don't know.
Without a doubt.
I don't
like. It's not even close.
And also, the more startling thing, it has 7.5 million views, opposed to the XXL. Maybe you have to put it in freshman. Maybe that's why we're not getting that result at all. But when you look at the freshman cipher, I don't know if they even cracked 1 million this year.
Cypher. Yeah, they're not even popping up.
Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
Wait, does this exist? Where is it?
You think the thing we just watched does it exist?
The fact that YouTube isn't even showing it is amazing. Like, where is it? It's actually not even coming up.
That's wild.
Dang. You know what suck? If there's a world in which somebody searches it and they get our video sooner than they get the actual site.
This is crazy. Like, we just listened to it and it had me questioning if it existed. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Dang, if we were professionals, we would make a reaction video and we'd have our faces in it and we'd be like, oh, that would suck. Yeah, this is actually, I don't know why your search is like this, but when I searched
mine actually does show it like the third result.
Yeah, but the point is, it's not the first. It wasn't the first result for me either, and it has way less views.
Yeah, it has like 750K versus.
Yeah, it haven't even cracked 1 million.
Bro, I'm telling you, the AMP cipher was 10 times better than this one. That's probably why it has more views.
And yeah, and salute to AMP. They obviously, they're obviously a collective, and they are amazingly successful. But I searched up XXL Freshman Cypher 2024. Why am I getting them, and why do they have more views than the thing I just searched up? while some of these were good, Double XL, if you're listening, I think you need to. I don't know what you do to solve this problem, but I don't know. This might be just a problem of the artists that are where you have to work with, but there should be no.
Get better artists, man. That's the problem.
They gotta get better artists, better
Well,
producers,
well,
better everything.
well. Let's all. You can't just get better art. You can't just get better artists. These are the artists that are the people are checking for. These are the newer artists.
No,
what do you do?
No. They need to create better artists. Like they have ears, man. Like
who else could be in the category of this year's Double XL freshman? It is these guys. Unfortunately,
I don't know. I don't got my ears to the ground, but there's no way that this is the best they could come up with.
I
Tap AMP on the shoulder. Like, just get them.
These guys are not rappers. Let's all settle down. But well, I do agree with you. If they really put their time and attention into it, they probably could find higher skilled artists. When it comes to the producer thing, the producer is also the producer of the year these days. Before they just had like Swiss Beats come on and do it, but now they do as the producer of this year. So the sound is also going to be reflective of this year, quote unquote. And also, it is to give the producer credit, it is incredibly hard to make a beat that 10 artists from around the entire country can all use. So unless they started making
about the beats, to be honest,
I'm just addressing what Ghost said.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I don't give too much flack to Double XL. That's all I'm gonna say. Obviously, they could do more, but at the end of the day, it's like you're the principal at a school, and the students are. This is the students. It's not my fault if the overall grade of the school is doing terrible.
Well, I hope you like your 100 or your 700K views. You get embarrassed.
That's only one of them, by the way. I literally cannot find the other one. I don't know where it is.
You ain't even coming up on YouTube searches. Like, come on, man. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, we like to give advice out, but we can't solve this problem. Double XL, you need to fix something, because again, salute to AMP, but there's no reason when you search the Double XL Freshman Cypher for 2024, we're getting this, and it has way more views.
I literally can't find it.
I'm getting the one from last year, or not from last year, from years ago with Kodak Black.
Yeah.
See that Kodak, one 8 years ago, getting that one before the 2024.
Yeah.
Look at the fall off.
We're getting
200 million views.
We're getting reactions to the thing quicker than we get. Like, people are more tuned into these respective content creators' reactions to the thing than your actual thing. Like, something's not adding up.
Embarrassing.
But we do give some flack for Double XL, because that's not it. But anyway, yeah, I think we don't want to be around here all night. So another year, another freshman list. Again, if the other artists do drop a cipher, we'll tap into that. But with these performances, I think we had enough, to be honest. So with that, I mean, I guess we can close this thing out. Go back here. Nice. I guess before we wrap it up, is there anything that we're looking forward to coming up soon or in the future? You know what to say about something to look forward to?
Concert Monday night. I want to see DIIV, shoegaze band. I've been following for years now.
Monday night where?
I'm hyped for that. Royale in Boston.
Damn.
I took the next day off though, so
that is the strat. That is the strat. We'll talk about that afterwards. But yeah, nice. We'll have another warm review next week. Dang, wait. Oh, that's not back to back week. That's that's 2 weeks in a row. Dang, you're like one of those festival. Let me not. I was gonna say festival girlies. Let me slow it down. Anyway, dope. Anything goes?
This is kind of a weird one, but I am looking forward to using my new phone. I got a new phone finally after years.
Snap!
And it's kind of a stupid thing to be excited for.
That's hella hype thing to be excited for.
Bro, my old phone, it was so bad. Like, I've kind of the person that will just use something until the wheels fall off if it's doable. But it got to the point where, like, literally just to answer a phone call, my regular speaker wasn't working, so I have to have it on speakerphone. The screen would always blink out. I don't have a power button, so I have to find like a paper clip to poke the hole to turn on the screen. It was just too much. So having an actual like real working phone is nice. So yeah, dumb, but I am looking forward to that, I guess.
No, hell no, that's dope when you actually get something. You upgrade. You're doing basically what it's gonna have to do soon. You're gonna have to upgrade that computer. Um. Yeah, it's all dope when you upgrade something that you had to been holding on for a little bit. For me, a couple of things. I guess they're all anime, manga related. The Elusive Samurai, actually, I think it actually dropped already. I think it was summer of 2024. I think it started in July, but if not, then it's August. I want to check that out. If it dropped, then I guess I'd have something to look forward to even sooner than I thought. And then tomorrow's the official release of what I believe might be the last chapter of My Hero Academia, which
that's it. It basically dropped because of the leaks.
Yeah, obviously it's out. To be honest, I guess me reading it is what I'm looking forward to.
You have it. I was gonna ask what your thoughts are. Good thing I did.
Yeah, I always read the well, not always, but I typically read the official Viz release. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that. That's damn near 10 years. Yeah, I think it's first released in 2014. So 10 years I've been following this, so it's gonna be interesting. And of course, I'm looking forward to summer being over. On record, summers is just like the worst season, unfortunately. It's been humid. It's been heat waves. I was actually in Vermont when I was there recently. It being more up north, like it was the first time I felt like that. You know that cold night air that you start to feel once fall's coming in. I felt that, and it was like, holy moly! My skin.
We even got that shit all summer here. It's crazy.
My skin forget what that felt like. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Although, just because you feel it for one time, it was still even humid in Vermont and kind of not that great. But that's neither here nor there. The moral of the story is, summer. You got 1 more month, 2 more months technically, because it'd be hot in September sometime, and then you're out. But my feelings towards the climate aside, I gotta give thanks to y'all for coming out here and doing this podcast thing. Greatly appreciate y'all, and little by little, seeing some growth in some areas of the podcast. I'm super focused on getting a video out every day. So, yeah. And we give great thanks to any and all listeners, supporters. We super appreciate y'all. If y'all ever have any topics, feedback, criticism, just let us know. And we hope that by listening to our podcast that you gain new perspective, or you might have learned something new. Like the next time you roll up into a Chipotle, if you feel like they're skimping on something, show them this post from their CEO saying, hey, you better put some more protein in that bowl. Or we just hope that you found us entertaining. And if none of that happened for you, then all we have to say to you is be warm and be filled. Stop recording.
Yes.
Okay. Some frames dropped during the session, so I don't know how it's gonna look during the thing, but once I get to editing videos, it really doesn't create too much issue, so hopefully it won't be that bad.